From the beautiful La Costa Resort and Spa in Carlsbad, California, the venue where so many great tennis moments have occurred in the past. This is the home court of the San Diego Aviators, the 44th season of World Team Tennis, and they'll be taking on last year's defending champion, the Springfield Lasers, who are now undefeated in first place, so they're picking up right where they left off from last year. That is the great match we have set up for you for this afternoon. I'm Ben Ricardo, with me, the one and only, the man who's going to have all the answers for you on every technique and every possible question you may have in tennis, Leif Sharp. Leif, an absolute pleasure to be with you again, and this is going to be a lot of fun. You know, the thing I like about World Team Tennis, we got lots of opportunities to see great tennis and involve the crowd.
Yeah, and it's great to see the Lasers playing well once again. They're going to try and defend their title. The Freedom's in hot pursuit. Remember, the top 4 teams will go to Vegas August 2nd and 3rd to play in the semifinals and possibly the championship match to play for a King Trophy. So with these two teams in the middle of the pack, at least the Aviators would like to get out of that middle. Well, this is an important one tonight.
And now the very important order of play for the Lasers and the San Diego Aviators. And Leif, you can see right off the bat that John Lloyd, the home team, feels that doubles is his strength.
Yeah, John Lloyd has set the order of play. You can see he's got doubles stacked up in the top 3 events. Perhaps his thinking is he wants to get up to a strong lead and then hang on with the women's singles and the men's singles.
So we're going to start with mixed doubles, women's doubles, men's doubles, women's singles, and men's singles. Lopez Perez taking on King, so it should be a dandy there. And we'll see how it all plays itself out. And again, for the Lasers, undefeated. So we are ready for tennis. Are you? A sport where love means nothing.
Geico has over 75 years of savings and service.
Whoa.
Travis and IT made it.
It's amazing.
Geico
Oh, is that Travis's app? It's pretty cool, isn't it?
There's 2 of them. They're multiplying.
Geico has over
No,
75
guys, it's me.
savings and
See?
service.
No, I'm real. I'm real.
He thinks he's real.
Geico. Over 75 years of savings and service.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna be a pro tennis player.
I thought you were going to get things done today.
I did. I had a consultation with my doctor this morning, and I set up a meeting with my lawyer about my Wimbledon application.
How could you afford a lawyer?
It's included on my phone. My Rocket IO Pro 3D comes with legal services, 24/7 doctor, glasses-free 3D, and it's less than $300.
You saving some money. Now you can start paying rent.
Wait, what?
Get the Rocket IO Pro 3D for less than $300. Rocket Smarter Phones.
How do you rock the world of tennis? Burn the rule book. Change the game. Make it faster. No, way faster. Pair up the sexes. Call in the coaches. Fist bump this badass. Playing teams. And don't forget the pros. Lots of pros. This is the next evolution of tennis. This is WTT, July 2019.
And back here at the La Costa Resort and Spa in Carlsbad, California. And World Team Tennis, the 44th season, is brought to you by Wilson. Get the best gear in the game. By DecoTurf, official tennis court surface of World Team Tennis. And by Body Armor, the more natural and better hydration sports drink. And as you see the players warming up here, getting ready. And again, we are going to start out. We're going to start out with Johnny O'Mara, Anna-Lena Groenefeld taking on Jean-Julien Rojer and Abigail Spears. Jean-Julien Rojer, the man from Curaçao in the Antilles out there in the Netherlands. Nice island out there. And Abigail Spears, of course, she's a local favorite here, Leif. She's from Valley Center, California. And you know, it's always the problem when you do get to play at home. It's not so much the nerves. You know what the biggest problem is? I used to always tell people when I was playing in the NFL, they'd say, we want to come to the game. I said, okay, there's 80,000 seats. How many tickets would you like? Getting tickets for your friends is the toughest thing of all in professional sports.
Got to take care of your fans. Got to take care of your friends. They might not be friends any longer if you don't get them tickets. But I tell you what, the mixed doubles tonight, 4 excellent doubles players. Johnny O'Mara, Anna-Lena Groenefeld. O'Mara's the younger of the two. Groenefeld, tremendous experience and accomplishment. And for the Springfield Lasers, Abigail Spears and Jean-Julien Rojer, they both won major titles.
Okay, so now let's get into the official rules of 2019 World Team Tennis.
Yeah, remember, no ad scoring, 1 point to decide the game, and every game counts to the final match score. So don't worry about the score, just continue to win games. Coaches can substitute players if needed. Lets are in play, and we'll have some on-court coaching tonight as well with the Geico timeouts.
And I think that's good in tennis. And I think that's good in tennis to do it on the court like they do it. And there's the official format.
Yep, remember, sets are to 5 games, so it's an abbreviated format, no ad scoring, and if it gets to 4 games all, 9-point tiebreaker, which also can be decided by a single point. So lots of pressure, and that's what World Team Tennis does. It boils it down to the biggest moments, the most important moments, and then asks the players to perform.
And just remember, in World Team Tennis, the fat lady can never sing, because you never know. You keep winning, you keep on going. So Jonny O'Mara is going to start it, and he is going to be serving. Rojer to receive. And a great backhand right there by Anna-Lena Groenefeld. You know, we were talking about this before, Leaf, about Jonny O'Mara. I mean, this guy just looks like he is one phenomenal athlete. What a soccer player this guy could make. Abigail Spear to return.
That second serve, getting away from O'Mara there. Yeah, Johnny's a great athlete, and he's turned out to be a very strong doubles player who's still very young as a player. Look at someone like Spears or Rojer, they've been around a while. They're in their 30s, they've got the experience. O'Mara's trying to gain that this season in World Team Tennis.
Double fault has been a problem for the Aviators. Touch on that. O'Mara to serve now, second serve. Already one double fault in the books. Just missing the forehand of Rojer, trying to go wide on O'Mara.
Yeah, and the game plan against a guy like Rojer, who's quick, he's strong, he's experienced, you've got to go to the weaker side, and that's more often than not his forehand. When he gets on a hot streak, he can return off both wings, but you might get the occasional error off the forehand wing.
Boy, he just missed Anna-Lena's head on that serve.
That was close.
That was an 81-mile-an-hour second serve that Abigail ended up spraying off to the side there. Yeah, Abigail, what a solid play, though, Leaf. You know, she's a local girl here, so it's just a great, great moment for her.
She's one of the most accomplished players out there on the WTA. I like that she goes after her shots. She went after that return, just missed it.
Going right into the body of Rojer is Jonny O'Mara.
San Diego's on the board first, and remember, every game counts, but like a tennis match, you've got to take care of your serve, whether it's mixed doubles, men's doubles, singles, whatever it might be. And so often, chemistry is vital. You have to have players, teams working together, and I think that's something we see from both these sides tonight, is the chemistry. These guys enjoy playing for each other.
Rojer to serve. This is a good vantage point here. You can see Abigail giving the signal right there for Rojer.
Oh yes, Groenefeld, who's really played well this season, not only in World Team Tennis, but also on the WTA. She was very quick with her hands, and that's what it's about in doubles. Quick reflexes at the net, consistency on the serve and the return.
And I'll sum it up for you. Net worth. That's what it's all about, your net worth. And a great anticipation by Jonny O'Mara. Just steps right into it with that backhand and blasts it out. Watch this. See what I mean? That's what I mean about an athlete. An athlete just senses it. You don't really teach that. He's got that instinctive ability to find the ball and then can implement it. That's what I was going to say. A nice feathery touch. You don't have to hit it hard. O'Mara again anticipating beautifully.
And Spears made a bit of a mistake there. You want to keep it away from your male opponent at the net. You know, make Groenefeld volley in that situation. O'Mara was quickly on top of the net. Break points coming up for the Aviators.
Of 40. Rojer cracking that overhead from way above. So now it is 15-40. Rojer is going to need a big serve. Last one, 114 miles an hour. You know, after seeing the opening where you got Taylor Fritz coming in at 145, and then you got Sam Gray consistently coming in at 137. Those are like B-52 bombings that were taking place here in Carlsbad. Second serve.
And remember, in doubles, it's not so much about the pace, it's about getting that first serve in. And here's O'Mara, who's very dangerous on a second serve. Break point.
And he went for it. You called the lead. Very aggressive, stepped right in there. You can see the flexing in that incredible quads and calf muscles of Johnny Mayer propelling himself into that shot.
Yeah, he's out of Scotland, Arbroath, Scotland, which is near Dundee along the North Sea. So he's got some toughness about him, and you just have to wonder how many Scottish players have been sort of influenced and inspired by Andy Murray, the great Scottish player who's coming back from injuries.
Where would you put his return of serve at?
Well, Andy Murray was maybe one of the best ever. I tell you, that last one by O'Mara wasn't bad either.
Aviators lead 2-love. Anna-Lena on his own. O'Mara just grew before your very eyes, folks. He started out at 5'11". Well, next thing you know, you look like he's about 6'8", skying above the net.
You know, when you're confident, you feel like you're 6'4".
Why not? Why stop there? How about 7 foot? Anna-Lena, the serve. She has had trouble. So talk about that. She had 6 double faults yesterday.
Yeah, it's all about getting that rhythm. She just seems to get out of her rhythm a bit. That's a better second serve, but Spears has to knock that down.
Not able to get enough strings on that ball to keep it in, and Abigail sprays that ball long. It is now 30-love. Anna-Lena now having success with that serve.
Yeah, now Groenefeld knows better. She got that ball up high, and that's something that a good volleyer like Rojer will volley down on, and he did it well. You've got to take out that man straight ahead of you, and that's just what he did. Nothing personal with O'Mara.
Mahout, was that personal?
that was personal.
That was personal. Oh, and look at that. Abigail goes right at O'Mara. Not able to go ahead and handle that pace.
Of course, we're talking about Nicholas Mahout in the doubles final at Wimbledon. He took a couple shots to the body that were pretty intense from Cabal and Farah.
That was a fuzz sandwich. 30 all. Beautiful backhand right there by Johnny O'Mara. Bringing that racket way up high where it develops teeth.
Yeah.
They tell me the higher you bring the racket up, the more teeth it develops. Is that true?
Good to get the racket above the ball on the volley, and then you cut and carve into it. And that was a miss hit, so he had to really be strong.
That was a miss hit?
Well, the return from Rojer was.
Okay.
So he had to find it and generate all his own pace from up high. Not easily done. Mastered it, though.
40-30. Anna-Lena to serve.
Ooh, where's she going with that serve?
That one landed in the ocean. We are not that far from the ocean, folks. Probably about 5 miles from the ocean, so it's beautiful. And then you got Encinitas right next to Carlsbad. You know what you get if you cross from Carlsbad with Encinitas?
Carnitas?
You got it!
Yes! I worked with you, Benny. I know that joke. And I love Carnitas, too. How could I forget it?
Anna-Lena now on a second serve.
She's going to be feeling a little bit of tension here.
Good return by Abigail, stepping into that shot.
Boy, that is where Spears can be so dangerous. When she makes that clean contact, she's very powerful, a good, strong player. And you know, that's, if you're returning, just make up your mind you're going to hit it to a spot, and that's what she did there. It worked perfectly.
But Leaf, no backswing at all. No backswing at all. Just stepped right into that. That was beautiful. Very compact. So now we're going to get Abigail Spears to serve. Aviators leading 2-1.
Yeah, she's the local girl, done good, isn't she?
That's it, and she's been at it for a long time, and actually retired in '97. And yet, here she is, still playing. And the big forehand right there by Johnny O'Mara goes to the backhand of Abigail, and she sprays it. Boy, he had a lot of strings on that ball.
And that's a tricky ball to serve and volley on. You know, for Spears to serve and volley on a second to O'Mara, you know, you just wonder, can Rojer move on that, or should Spears stay back maybe on that second ball?
Beautiful serve going wide.
That's the answer. Hit an ace.
Hit an ace. You don't need a net person. You don't need anything if you just hit enough of those aces. And of course, we had Sam Querrey, 10 consecutive aces in a match.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was back in Indianapolis. He was playing James Blake, another top American at the time.
There, good serve. All of a sudden, Abigail's getting hot with that serve. Finding the spots. It's all about location, location, location.
It's like good real estate.
That is.
But if you're serving in mixed doubles to the man across the net, get it into his body. Don't allow him to take a big swing at it.
She likes going wide on Groenefeld, making her hit that backhand. I think she's aiming that ball for the R on Rojer's, the back of his jersey. And having success going to that backhand.
To tell you the truth, Groenefeld has a pretty strong two-hander. So she just didn't get the timing right on that one.
Abigail to serve, 40-15. And good serve right there, kicking it wide. So Abigail Spears having a monster service game. Now, so we'll be back with...
It is time to what I call share the love.
Chocolate and champagne. These are my two favorite foods. Oh my God.
Somebody's birthday is coming up. Do you know what you want at your party?
Clowns, Can-Can Girl, Fire Eater, a barbershop quartet, mariachi band, an Oprah lookalike.
It's time to party!
Okay.
Which one is your favorite?
A princess. Can the princess bring a camel with her?
Give me a racket and watch me go. Because I won't come back the same.
Sometimes I'll come back with scratches and scrapes.
Or with stories of great shots,
And clothes shaves.
of wins for the history books, and of losses I'll never forget.
But watch me smile.
Say good game.
And put my racket away for now, but not for good.
Because I'll have seen what I can do.
And I know greatness
Greatness is waiting.
Sign up with Net Generation, official youth tennis of the USTA.
And they have switched sides, and now Johnny O'Mara is going to serve. And it is tied up right now, 2-2. Great hands right there by Johnny O'Mara. That was a pretty tricky little volley he had to really concentrate on. Check it out.
Yeah, it sure was. Anytime you have to play a low volley, you have to keep the ball low in reply yourself. He did well there.
Second serve.
And look at where Spears is standing. She's right up on the baseline. She's not scared of this ball coming at her.
Good shot right there, going right down the line is Abigail Spears.
Yeah, and you have to be a little brave when you're out there on the court with the men, because the men play at a higher mile-per-hour rate off their shots. So you have to be quick, you have to protect yourself, so you need your reflexes and your instincts to be plugged in.
15 all, O'Mara to serve. 107.
Yeah, that landed in.
Beautiful feathery touch. Boy, he had a lot of springs on that ball.
Yeah, very difficult to change directions of the ball on the half volley and play it around your opponent down the line. So Omar really used a fair amount of finesse there.
30-15. Remember, they do play lets. And a good return by Abigail. You mentioned that, Lee. She really steps in. I mean, she was a good 3 feet inside that baseline when she stepped in to go ahead and hit that shot.
Yeah, exactly. And when you put yourself in that position, you can't take a big swing. So keep it short and allow your weight transfer in the ball to provide some of the energy. Play defense on your first serve return. Play offense on your second serve return.
Second serve, 30 all. And again, the importance of that first serve to get that in so your net person can be involved. Second double fault.
And this is an important time for the Aviators. Remember, they were up a break 2-love. Now they're down a break point at 2 games all, so they're in real trouble now.
And remember, Coach John Lloyd believing that his strength is in doubles, is starting out with doubles. Just missing his Abigail Spears. And that was a nice kick on that serve by Johnny. I am convinced that women have more trouble with spin than they do with pace.
Yeah, I might second that motion, because I think the men might have more trouble with spin too. Some players love pace, because all they need to do then is make good contact. Deciding point.
Third double fault now, Johnny O'Mara.
Boy, that is a tough way to lose your serve. And, you know, he just took his eye off the ball a little bit, and you have to maintain your focus, your concentration, and try to find a way to relax, whether it's breathing, whether it's, you know, doing the things you do to find your best tennis.
Well, it was interesting the other day when Josh was talking about fitness and talking about the fact that you got to grab that like a potato chip, and I think you have to do that with the racket too. Rojer to serve.
I think that was Sean T giving us some tips.
Yeah, Sean T, I like that. Hold that racket like a potato chip.
But don't eat the potato chips, he said, yeah.
And don't eat the racket either. Oh, just missing the outside is that Anna-Lena Groenefeld. I knew a guy who had teeth that could eat a watermelon through a tennis racket. I saw him do it.
I'm not sure I want to see that.
Rojer now to serve. Second serve. .37-year-old Jean-Julien Rojer. Good high kick that time by Rojer, going to the backhand.
Yeah, maybe a little more evidence of what you're saying. You know, it's harder to get nice contact when the ball is leaping off the court with heavy spin. And again, he's coming in behind it, and it also gives him more time to get to the net.
30 love. Got a little assistance from the net after a 118-mile-an-hour serve.
You know, Benny, if you're hitting a serve 135 miles per hour, it's going to be very hard for you to get into a good volley position because you don't have as much time.
And you're still unwinding.
Exactly. So better to take a little pace off, spin it in, get into a good position just to play with variety. You don't always have to play with pace.
30-15. Wanting to go wide again. Had good success with that last time. Went to the backhand of Groenefeld. So look for him to come attack Groenefeld's backhand again.
Again, Groenefeld has to keep the ball away from her male opponent. Rojer has such great hands. Make Spears volley in that exchange.
Can I bet Vegas for guessing serves in location?
You should be in Vegas when you're hitting all your spots like you are right now.
Here he is, Rojer now with a 40-15 lead.
Yeah, see, that's where you steer your attack. Ask the questions of your female opponent. Can you handle the pace? Can you handle the pressure?
And the beauty of that, too, is going right over the shortest part of the net.
Absolutely. That's a high percentage shot, relatively central, down the middle.
Johnny O'Mara.
Answer the riddle, down the middle.
That's it. 40-30. To go down the tee that time on Groenefeld. What a backhand! And you said Anna-Lena had a great backhand. 2 of them she sprayed, that time on the money. And it now evens it up.
Yeah, deciding point, and if you heard the announcer, in mixed doubles, it's gender to gender, so Rojer will serve to O'Mara.
This is to even it up. The deciding point. Jean-Julien Rojer. Tries to go wide on Johnny. Second serve. Deciding point. Beautiful angle, the smooth, velvety touch of Rojer, spraying that one wide on Anna-Lena Groenefeld.
Now Rojer transitioned so beautifully behind his serve into the net. Beautiful control, racket face on the ball. Really knows how to play doubles. And that was a huge game and a huge deciding point. Incredible thing, you know, Benny, we played 3 deciding points so far, and the Lasers have won all 3. So that's key. They're winning the big points right now, and that's one reason why the score is 4-2.
And this is the Geico timeout.
Yeah, and this is where the coaches have such an impact. Not only the preparation before the match, but also game planning in the middle of play. Are we doing the right things? How can I get my players to play their best tennis?
Coach John the Fiend de Jager talking to his Laser team. John Lloyd talking to his Aviator team. Groenefeld to serve. Just missing to that, Rojer. That's a good serve by Anna-Lena. Love. She'll go wide on Abigail. Second serve.
Just struggling. She's had a good year on the WTA. She was a finalist in Birmingham, that's in England. Finals in Rome, finals in Doha in the Middle East. She won the title in Charleston. Most recently, quarterfinals at Wimbledon. So really playing some top-notch doubles is Groenefeld this year.
Very composed is Johnny O'Mara at the net, just finding that seam and then letting it run.
And Groenefeld, for a long time, was a very accomplished singles player, including quarterfinals at Roland Garros. She lost to Justine Henin-Ardenne, just to give you an indication of how long she's been playing.
One of the most beautiful one-hand backhands you'll ever see, Justine Henin.
4 times a champion at Roland Garros.
Now that one was just a flat-out huge miss by Anna-Lena. But if you break it down, though, Leaf, I mean, you watch her. Is she arming it? There's no wrist snap up there.
Yeah, it just looks like she's not quite relaxed up there with the racket making contact.
Beautiful heady lob. If you're in the middle of the court, send it up deep. 40-30. Remember, at 5, Lasers win it.
Bounce that.
That time the serve worked beautifully, kicking it wide. And it is now 4-3, the Lasers in front. Abigail Spears to serve.
Yeah, the man on the right there, that's Fred Luddy, the owner of the San Diego Aviators, also co-owner of the league, along with Eric Davidson, who also owns the Orange County Breakers. How come Fred Luddy gets a table right in the center where they're serving champagne?
Last year, he was a 2019 Forbes Innovator of the Year. Yeah, that's why.
Pretty cool guy.
Come up with something, Leaf. We'll have you there.
I just like to be top 10.
The forehand Omar right there. Let him down in the ball. And I think what he's saying, that ball is flat. Gave it to the umpire, and the umpire agrees. Second serve.
And Benny, just as a by the way, you might notice that there are no linesmen or lineswomen calling the lines. All the lines are called by Hawkeye Live. We've got 12 cameras making sure that the calls are right, and 6 cameras handling footfalls. So this is a fully...
I'm glad you explained it, because last Friday I thought that chair umpire was very talented because he changed voices.
Yeah, and that's right. All the audio calls you hear are computer-generated voices. Men's and women's, like World Team Tennis, represented equally.
Abigail Spears. And that one goes wide. And Hawkeye is what we were talking about. Lots of voices, lots of different tones, and there it is.
That's right. They make all the on-court calls, no lines, people. They'll call it in or out, and no challenges from the teams, since it's all electronic line calling like they do on the tours. It's the Hawkeye system with a little bit of voice added. Remember, they used this technology at the ATP Next Gen Finals in Milan to great success. Maybe one day we'll see it on the Pro Tours.
Hawkeye Live, presented by Geico. Second serve.
Imagine if we had that at Wimbledon one day. Not sure who the guys would be able to yell at for a bad call.
You can't be serious. What a shot by Anna-Lena Groenefeld! Nobody was there. Everybody was going the wrong way, and that presence of mind to find the open court.
Yeah, her backhand was working beautifully there, and that so far is the point or the shot of the day.
I concur. I thought Abigail's was going to be when she went down the line on her. Abigail to serve. And Jonny.
I'm not sure that was completely intentional.
Sure,
you might have gotten a piece of the frame, but you know what? You act like you hit it on the strings. Just take full credit for it.
You know, I remember the AstroTurf fields. You would always trip on that, and I had a walk already patent. As soon as I tripped, I would break into a strut like I was running, and it made it look like that was no accident. Abigail Spears to serve. That could have been a little Linda Ronstadt Blue Bayou on that one.
Look at how intimidating it is to have Rojer standing in the middle of the court. Which way is he going to go? Where will Groenefeld hit her return?
And maybe at 37, the springs aren't quite there in those legs. And Anna-Lena Groenefeld evens it up. Watch this rip.
And again, she made up her mind, her best shot the backhand, and she had time. She said, I'm going to hit it down the line, and it worked out well. So, great game from the Aviators to force a 9-point tiebreak.
And here we go, folks. 9-point tiebreaker. Johnny O'Mara starts with the serving.
So remember, 9-point tiebreak, first team to 5. You don't have to win by 2. It could be 1. It could be 5-4. Oftentimes, you play a 12-point tiebreak, you can win it 7-4, but you have to win it by at least 2.
Rojer a little behind that ball, tried to go down the line to salvage it. But O'Mara gets up. And keep in mind, he's had 3 double faults. Does a beautiful job of bending that back. And it gets away from Abigail, not able to put the necessary touch to keep that lob in.
So now it's Rojer's turn to serve 2 points. After this, it'll be Groenefeld serving 2, and then Spears, if needed, will serve the final 3.
Rojer now to serve. Love 2. And that lob goes wide. Good job by Abigail Spear at the net. Put that ball right in the middle of the court where you have no angle whatsoever. The tweener area. Rojer to serve now to Groenefeld. He's had good success serving to her backhand up high when he kicks it. Hey, when you trust your net person, why not go down the tee?
Now remember, if you serve down the tee, you also take the angle away from your returner. So that helped get Spears involved. They'll change ends for the final sequence of points, and obviously a stop for a quick drink, maybe a word of advice from your captain. There's John Lloyd, former British Davis Cup captain. John de Jager is a former South Africa Davis Cup captain. So these guys have plenty of experience, not only as players, great careers as players, but also in terms of leadership and saying the right things, getting the most out of their players.
And both have won the King Trophy.
That's right, as players, excuse me, as coaches.
Yeah.
Lloyd has won it as a player and coach.
And de Jager last year leading this team from Springfield. In fact, people confuse Springfield with Illinois, and it's not. Right. It's Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah, I think Springfield is one of those cities that there are more named Springfield across the country than many other names.
Abe Lincoln did not come from this Springfield.
No,
he came from the other Springfield. Springfield, Illinois.
Yeah, the Lasers play at a wonderful tennis complex in Springfield, Missouri, the Cooper Tennis Complex. Wonderful spot.
It's a big shot.
Rojer tried to get a little creative on that one and try to just put a little feathery touch on that shot down the line. But the ocean air blew it out. Groenefeld to serve again. It is 3-2. Goes at the backhand of Abigail Spears. It is now 4-2.
Yeah, so 3 consecutive set points coming up. Now remember, in mixed doubles, Spears has 3 serves coming. The first one will be to O'Mara, and then remember, after that, if Spears should win the next point, the next one would go to Groenefeld. So 1 chance for O'Mara, 2 for Groenefeld to take the set.
Big return now for O'Mara. Going wide with that. Spears comes up with a big serve at a very, very crucial time in the match. And now she gets a chance to throw it to Anna-Lena Groenefeld. Now Rojer now parking himself right there in the middle. Leaf, we'll see now if he's able to extend himself if she goes wide with this. Second serve.
nice.
Yeah, and she went right to the body of Anna-Lena Groenefeld.
So the final point, it's a set point for both teams, and this is where the pressure mounts. You have to find a way to find your best tennis right now.
The Lasers are undefeated this year. They are the defending champions. They've got everything in the world going for them. Now it is up to Anna-Lena Groenefeld to deliver the first set win of this match. And here it is. The local girl, Abigail Spears, to serve. How about that? Going wide, and there's Rojer at the net. And just like that, it is 5-4. And the Lasers open up with the win, where it didn't look like it was going to be that way. And again, John Lloyd's plan now that he is going to go ahead and keep on going with his strength of doubles. We'll be back with more right after this.
I won it.
I can't believe it.
That car brought his karaoke machine.
Nothing but a heartache.
No, I can't believe how easy it was to save hundreds of dollars on my car insurance with Geico.
Tell me why. You say.
Go, Kevin. Go, Kevin. No.
Believe it, Geico could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Our goal is to provide the widest range of products we can for people to have the best tennis experience possible. All types of products that could be used on a tennis court, from the nets and the posts, the basic infrastructure, to the equipment and amenities that make the game safer or just more comfortable for players. It all comes together there on the court. Every court's a little different. We try to leverage our expertise to help each individual have the best court they possibly can.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna be a pro tennis player.
I thought you were going to get things done today.
I did. I had a consultation with my doctor this morning, and I set up a meeting with my lawyer about my Wimbledon application.
How could you afford a lawyer?
It's included with my phone. My Rocket IO Pro 3D comes with legal services, 24/7 doctor, glasses free 3D, and it's less than $300.
You saving some money. Now you can start paying rent.
Wait, what?
Get the Rocket IO Pro 3D for less than $300. Rocket Smarter Phones.
How do you rock the world of tennis? Burn the rule book. Change the game. Make it faster. No, way faster. Pair up the sexes. Call in the coaches. Fist bump this badass. Playing teams. And don't forget the pros. Lots of pros. This is the Aviators. This is WTT, July 2019.
Back here at the Costa Resort and Spa, the Omni property here in Carlsbad, California. Aviators Tennis is brought to you by the Bank of Southern California, the official bank of the San Diego Aviators, and of course the Bank of Southern California Stadium. So now we are going to have women's doubles coming up. Abigail Spears is going to be teaming up with Anna Blinkova, and it is going to be. And talk about new. They got a new player for the Aviators going to play with Anna-Lena Groenefeld. Or is that going to be Lau?
Yeah. Arina Rodionova is making her first appearance for the Aviators. Rodionova, fairly accomplished player.
They were lucky to get her.
Yeah, that's right. She just came in. Danielle Lau was filling in until Rodionova was able to arrive. She was born in Russia, now playing her tennis out of Australia. And Astra Sharma was originally out of Australia, was originally on the Aviators lineup, but she had to pull out this season with injuries. So unfortunately, Sharma not a part of their push, but Rodionova is going to be a nice addition tonight. She's got a lot of experience, very strong in doubles, and she'll also represent the Aviators in singles.
Well, I watched her warm up, and boy, she's got great movement. Great move, just the easy flow. It looks like her feet don't even touch the ground the way she's gliding through there. So really anxious to see how she does in play. Boy, Lau had a tough match yesterday. You got to call that one.
Yeah, Lau played Victoria Azarenka, who was playing for the Breakers. The Aviators drove up the 405 to take on their California rival. Azarenka was able to get the win, and ultimately the Breakers were able to take out the Aviators on that night. No doubt John Lloyd and his team looking to find a way to get back on the winning track. Remember, they started out the season 3-1, now 3-3, so they're hoping to get it going.
Now, Leaf, do you think that, I mean, Lau, she was an All-American at USC. How big is the difference between the pro game and the college game?
What's a significant difference in terms of movement, speed of play? You know, a lot of it is how much time you lose when you get up on the pros. It seems like you are rushed, so you have to get up to the speed of what the pro game moves like. I think it's like a lot of sports, you know, when you get up in football or baseball or basketball, the game just seems to come at you faster than ever before.
When that paycheck's at stake, it's a lot different just a scholarship.
Abigail Spears, she'll start off serving.
Abigail mentioning to her coach, motioning, I don't know, she's asking for a ball.
Spears' partner, Anna Blinkova, the young Russian, just 20 years of age and a rookie this season. But she's a very talented ball striker, plays with a lot of power.
Second serve. And Anna-Lena wanted to load up on that forehand, Groenefeld, but put it into the net.
So
Blinkova, which is, she's a big hitting, huge strokes. And it gets away from her. That's where you try to get strings on that ball.
Yeah, time for just a little counsel there. You want to brush off the air. Get back to focusing on this point right here.
15 all. Just long, but Groenefeld doing a nice job of varying the speed of those balls.
Yeah, that was a nice face-off, really, between those two veterans.
And there you get
Groenefeld quarterfinals at Wimbledon. Spears, a three-time Wimbledon semifinalist in doubles.
Trying to go down the tee on Rodionova. Going right at the net person is Rodionova, and that is Anna Blinkova not able to do anything with that.
Yeah, and that's a good play. If you get a second serve where you have time, be aggressive. Play offense on the second serve, play defense on the first. And here's the reaction. Yeah, that Blinkova is more of a ground stroker, at least at this early phase of her career.
What a shot by Abigail Spears, Valley Center, California.
Yeah, Rodionova was moving to the middle, and Spears caught her with the move, found space up the line.
40-30. And just like that, Abigail Spears gets the first game for her team. Good job serving. So solid, her all-around game, don't you think, Leaf?
Yeah, she's excellent doubles player, and she has a fair amount of power. And of course, this man possessed a fair amount of power, one of the greatest of all time, two-time Grand Slam champion.
He's hungry right now, Leaf. Leave him alone. Look at him. He's chomping away on that.
Rocket Rod Laver. He used to eat up the competition. A left-hander out of Rockhampton, Australia.
You ever seen his wrist?
Very powerful man. And also, people forget, one of the fastest guys ever on a tennis court. He could move like the wind. trying to go, but Groenefeld was right on it.
And that one gets away from Groenefeld. There's a good job right there by Spears and Blinkova of taking care of their space.
Yeah, I like what Spears did on that forehand. You know, she established a good foundation with her legs and her feet, and she stayed down with the hit. She didn't come out of that sort of position. One reason she kept the ball in play so beautifully.
30-15, second serve. And wanting to go at Abigail Spears is Groenefeld, but not able to get it over the net. Good job by Blinkova with those ground strokes. 30-30.
And Blinkova's born in Moscow, plays her tennis in Russia still. Part of a group of young Russian women who are starting to take on the scene, playing well.
Great anticipation. Arina Rodionova anticipating that shot, just sending it right in the seam.
Yeah, just an indication of the experience that Rodionova has. She's 29 years of age, and she had a sense. She held her position until the last instant, right when Spears was going to hit the ball.
And again, the woman on the spot, Rodionova, delivers with that volley. And it is now the Lasers in front 6-5.
Yeah, that was a good game for the Aviators. You have to take care of your serve in doubles. It's hard to break your opponent's serve, so you've got to count on getting it done. And that was a good hold. Rodionova helping out Groenefeld.
Anna Blinkova now to serve. And playing the let.
We play less in World Team Tennis.
And Blinkova got to the third round at Roland Garros this year. Came through the qualifying. She's 20 years of age. She beat Caroline Garcia, a player who's formerly a top 10 player. Good win.
Great job by Blinkova right there, tracking that ball down, going all the way down the line on the other side of the court to get that.
Exactly. And when you're in trouble, don't be afraid to throw up that high defensive lob. Get yourself in a good position.
30 love. Second serve.
Yeah, just to put a final thought about Roland Garros. She lost to Madison Keys in the third round at Roland Garros. Of course, Madison Keys played this year for the Orlando Storm before having to pull out with an injury. So again, we've got some great representation again this year. Top players.
This has been an injury-riddled year, though, for the WTT.
Yeah, we've had a lot of players having to pull out. We saw with Astra Sharma here with the Aviators. She would have been a wonderful addition, but unable to go.
30-15. Wanted the tee. And that serve gets away from her. Second double fault for Blinkova. 30 all.
And this is where, you know, the younger player getting advice from the veteran. You know, what should I do in this position? Where should I hit this serve? And how can you help me out at the net? And this is where part of the learning process is happening right here.
Look for her to go right down that tee. Blinkova strings delivering the point.
Yeah, this was a wonderful exchange. And a nice topspin lob. Rodionova able to find that volley into the open court. She felt good about it. And why not? It gives the Aviators a chance to get a break early here in the women's doubles.
Big chance for Rodionova. And how about that dexterity by Abigail Spears at the net?
Here we go. Receiver choice.
The backhand.
Anna-Lena's going to take it. This is in the side.
Groenefeld going to take it. The veteran, 34 years young.
Yeah, I just have to think if Blinkova can hit this serve, she should maybe go out wide. Watch out for the Groenefeld backhand in this situation.
She's had 2 double faults. But she comes back big when she needs to.
And again, able to get to the serve, or the forehand, I should say, with the serve to Groenefeld. I mean, don't allow Groeneveld's two-hander to burn you. So that's a big game for the Lasers. They were down break points, but they're able to dig it out. Blinkova, she toughed that out. That's what it's all about in tennis. When you're behind in the score, find a way to win. World Team Tennis is about families, isn't it? It's about young people.
Absolutely.
We had a group of, had to be 60 juniors here earlier watching the teams practice. Captain John Lloyd spoke with the juniors. It was a really nice thing for these young people to hear from someone like John about team tennis and his experiences in the game.
The new junior nationals, which is taking place here in San Diego.
And by the way, Tracy Austin's son is playing in the event. And Tracy, I saw her walk right by us. I'm trying to find her in the crowd. She's always hiding though, but she loves tennis. She's coming out to World Team Tennis. She played team tennis.
15 love. So they're waiting for a call. The Geico Hawkeyes saw it as good, and there it is. Let's see.
It's a close call, and it was, you know, that's, you would have called that out when you're playing.
I would have called that out.
You would have, yeah, okay. See, I should play you with Hawkeye.
Ooh. And they got away from Anna-Lena at the net. Abigail going right at her. 30-15 lead. 7-5. The Lasers lead the Aviators. That one goes long. Good serve that time by Rodionova.
So how about that? We got 2 Hall of Famers, 2 former world number 1s in the crowd. We got Rod Laver, got Tracy Austin.
That had some spin. Hits that outside part of the ball, sends it completely wide, and Spears not able to bring it in. It is now 7-6, so great action, and we've got more for you. Stay right there. We'll be right back.
Are we playing? Oh my God. You beat the system.
Want to talk dirty? How about a dirty martini with a clean, crisp twist? Introducing the world's cleanest dirty martini. Broken Shed Vodka. Sip it and set your spirit free.
Somebody's birthday is coming up. Do you know what you want at your party?
Clowns, Can Girl, Fire Eater, a barbershop quartet, mariachi band, an Oprah lookalike.
It's time to party!
Okay. Which one is your favorite?
A princess. Can the princess bring a camel with her?
The Lasers take home their first King Trophy. The Castles get it done. San Diego Aviators have won it. There it is. Orange County Breakers are the World Team Tennis champion. What an amazing effort by an amazing team.
Carlsbad, California. This is World Team Tennis, the 44th season, and we've got women's doubles. And it is going to be Abigail Spears serving to Anna-Lena Groenefeld and Arina Rodionova. Second serve. And good forehand right there by Spears, choosing to go with that inside out.
Yeah, it's interesting. Rodionova made a slight move to the center. I don't know whether Spears saw that or not, but good strike up the line.
15 love. Good. Instinctive lob right there by Rodionova. You saw that movement that you were talking about, and she decided to go the other way with a nice slow lob.
Yeah, that's, yes, tennis can be tricky because you want to follow the flight of the ball, obviously, but you also want to see out of the corner of your eye what position your opponents are in. Are they moving? Yet you don't want that to distract you from executing your shot.
Second serve. And a double fault. Team of Blinkova and Spears. It's a big opportunity here for the Aviators. 15-30, Spears to serve. Rodionova to return. Good job at the net there by Blinkova, doing her work, first with the backhand and then with the forehand.
It's interesting watching Blinkova move to that floating volley. She took one big step, where if you're a more adept volleyer, and she's going to learn that, you're going to take a lot of small steps just to stay on balance.
Groenefeld loading up on that forehand and just blasted it at Blinkova.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do. Blinkova's the less experienced player. Spears is the one who's got the Wimbledon semifinals. She's been so close to winning that trophy. Make Blinkova play.
Second serve, 30-40. Excellent exchange right there, back and forth. Good touch, good precision. Hey, here's the deciding point, Leaf.
Yeah, we've had 4 deciding points, and they've all gone to the Lasers.
And they're going to go to Rodionova. Spears to serve. Second serve. Now she moves out wider. Try to get a wide serve on Rodionova. Trying to come right down that field. Double fault for Abigail Spears.
And so often when you're hitting a second serve and you're a little bit tight, you don't make the racket move. You know, you have to make the racket move to impart the spin on the ball. Spin is another word for control. So create that spin, make that ball go in. Boy, that's beautiful tennis, isn't it?
Synchronized movement at its best, letting that ball dictate where they go chase that ball. Beautiful.
And a pretty professional response by the Lasers, right? They just lost their serve. They want to bounce back and get the break right back.
Right, a beautiful return right here by Blinkova with that back. You know, that's the moment. The moment is the only thing you can control. The quicker you forget the negative part, the miss, the better off you are. And then right down the middle like you like it right there, Lee.
Yeah, it's the best shot to hit in doubles. If you're ever in doubt, right down the center. The two opponents might get their signals crossed. Plus, it's the lowest part of the net, so it's your highest percentage play. Too bad. It was a good choice of shot. She just missed it.
For a while, it looked like they were just going to play in the alley. That was going to be alley tennis there momentarily until finally she tried to open it up, and it got away from her. 30 all. Groenefeld serving, second serve. And a double fault.
Yeah, there's times when she serves, it looks like she takes her eye off the ball. She looks to where the ball is going to go. Keep that head up where the toss is. That'll hopefully carry the net and allow you to play with spin to bring it down inside the service line.
30-40. Just missed in the line. See if she gets it above her head. Great anticipation right there. Arina Rodionova with that backhand, anticipating and then executing perfectly.
So time for another deciding point, and Captain Lloyd is going to come talk to his charges, see if he can get him on the same page.
The Geico timeout, an opportunity for the coaches to hear, explain a little bit about. In fact, it was interesting watching the Geico timeout from courtside the other night when it was Taylor Fritz and Sam out there just slugging it out.
Yeah.
And the advice to come up with just the right thing when they need it.
Yeah, Taylor Fritz and John Lloyd called a timeout. Sam Corey, one of the biggest serves in the business, and he was serving, and so they called a timeout to ice him, you know, like they ice a kicker in the NFL.
I liked it when they iced me because that gave you more time.
To get ready to kick it, right?
Absolutely, and you know, you do that mental telepathy where you're already seeing the ball being good. Then it was a physical part, was just a formality. Groenefeld to serve. Just momentarily, Abigail Spears thought she was 17 years old, was going to leap through the sky and with dexterity plant that volley for a winner. It didn't happen.
Boy, that was a huge game for the Aviators. They were down low 40, and they found a way back, up 4-2 now. And you can see the match score 8-7, so the Aviators have snuck ahead. Yep, that's kind of an awkward position. She's moving to a ball that's way above her shoulders.
8-7. Aviators now take the lead. Beautiful control right there by Anna-Lena. Groenefeld bending that ball back into play.
And Groenefeld, the former world number 7 in doubles and top 14 in singles.
Blinkova, love 15. Deliver that, not able to. Good play by Rodionova, just staying good and smooth down that line.
And hey, she got the ball back in play and asked the question of Blinkova, but we can see who's still trying to remain positive despite love 30 down.
Beautiful shot right there. Anna-Lena. Spears thought for sure that was gone.
So 4 consecutive set points for the Aviators.
Groenefeld really seeing the ball well. Just missing with that tee serve, second serve, Blinkova. Great anticipation by Blinkova, just going right down the line. She saw Groenefeld go and was able to deliver the shot. $15-40. Boy, that was a money shot, man. Second. Marksmanship, tremendous precision with that two-hand backhand to blow it right by Rodionova.
Yeah, that was an excellent drive. And you can see, you give a player time in the modern game, they'll hurt you. You have to come into the game with weapons, and you can see Blinkova's got power. She's got a nice two-hander.
30-40. Blinkova to serve. Got away from Abigail at the net. She had the shot she wanted. And how about the Aviators all of a sudden coming to life here? Match score now is 9-7. Aviators now flying high. And we'll be back with more right after this.
I want it.
I can't believe it.
That car brought his karaoke machine.
Nothing but a heartache.
No, I can't believe how easy it was to save hundreds of dollars on my car insurance with Geico.
Tell me why. You say.
Go, Kevin. Go, Kevin. No.
Believe it, Geico could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
It is time to what I call share the love.
Chocolate and champagne. These are my two favorite foods. Oh my God.
Give me a racket and watch me go. Because I won't come back the same. Sometimes I'll come back with scratches and scrapes.
Or with stories of great shots and close shaves. Of wins for the history books. And of losses I'll never forget.
But watch me smile.
Say good game.
And put my racket away for now, but not for good.
Because I'll have seen what I can do.
And I know greatness is waiting.
Sign up with Net Generation, official youth tennis of the USTA.
Somebody's birthday is coming up. Do you know what you want at your party?
Clowns, Can-Can Girl, Fire Eater, a barbershop quartet, mariachi band, an Oprah lookalike.
It's time to party!
Okay. Which one is your favorite?
A princess. Can the princess bring a camel with her?
How do you rock the world of tennis? Burn the rule book. Change the game. Make it faster. No, way faster. Pair up the sexes. Call in the coaches. Fist bump this badass. Playing teams. And don't forget the pros. Lots of pros. This is the Lasers. This is WTT, July 2019.
We're back at the La Costa Resort and Spa here in Carlsbad, California. And visit the all-new WTT.com for live and on-demand matches, highlights, news, statistics, behind-the-scenes videos, and complete coverage of World Team Tennis 2019. And now we're going to get men's double, Johnny O'Mara. Darian King, Enrique Lopez Perez taking on Jean-Julien Rojer. So get ready for the B-52 bombing droppings that'll be coming here as the men take over in the men's doubles.
You know, it's interesting. We don't have a Taylor Fritz or a Sam Querrey. We don't have a gigantic server. What we do have is a lot of good servers who are going to locate their serves well and back it up with some great volleys. You know, Rojer and Lopez Perez have really played well for the Lasers this year. You look at them on the bench there, just getting the last couple of words of advice from Captain John Diager. But the Lasers have been getting it done. It was Lopez, Perez, and Rojer who beat the Bryan brothers in the final set to win in Vegas last night in a super tiebreak.
Wow.
So this is a very strong doubles team. O'Mara and Darian King will have to be sharp for the Aviators tonight.
In the match score, the Aviators lead 9-7, and now the Aviators are going to serve. And this is going to be Darian King who's going to start it off. Players helping each other out. Look at Abigail Spears comes out and brings a hat for Rojer.
Yeah, Darian King, a substitute for Christian Harrison, Ryan Harrison's younger brother, who was originally on the roster, but he also had to withdraw with injury, so more injuries that have confounded the best intentions, particularly of the Aviators. They've lost a couple players, so they've had to go to substitutes, free agents, if you will.
Good synchronized movement right there by Lopez Perez and Rojer. I mean, it seemed like Perez could have stepped in there with a forehand, but chose to leave it for the backhand. And a big serve by King right down the tee. And boy, though, that ball was moving, Leaf.
Remember, in doubles, you don't need to hit a flat serve. You can play with spin. That was a little bit of slice for control. 110 miles per hour right down the tee.
And Lopez Perez goes to the backhand of King and with success.
Darian King, 27 years of age. He's out of Barbados. In fact, the first man ever to win an ATP World Tour match from Barbados.
And the man from Barbados is now going to serve 15-30.
Now, they asked him what his favorite surface was, and he says, well, hard courts. That's all we had in Barbados was hard courts.
And Johnny O'Mara, Johnny on the spot with that volley, with that backhand. Evens it up now, 30 all.
And King also in his third season of World Team Tennis, so he understands the pressure. Played for Philadelphia, 2017. Played for Orange County last year.
And a double fault.
Boy, what a time for a double. So despite his experience, he's feeling a little bit of pressure here. Opening game of the men's doubles, and really the match is hanging in the balance, just 9-7 in the match score.
30-40.
He's got to make something happen here.
Lopez Perez to return. Tried to go to the body of Lopez Perez. Boy, he had that serve jumping.
I mean, that's why you've got to get your serve into play. I mean, you've got an excellent man at the net, Johnny O'Mara. If you get the ball into play, give yourself a chance.
And Johnny O'Mara is so athletic. You just see the bounce in those calves. Tremendous leg strength.
He's a Scotsman. He's been running up the hills his whole life.
In kilts.
Deciding point.
Right down the line. Rojer shows him a little trick from Curacao.
And, yes, you want to get serves in play, but you also have to put him in the right spot. I mean, Roger's two-hander is money. You don't want to go in there. So the Lasers start out with a break.
And all of a sudden now in the match score, it's 8-9 Aviators. I mean, Lasers trailing the Aviators.
Lopez Perez, he's a rookie this year. out of Madrid, Spain. This guy can play. Been impressed with his play so far here in 2019.
Beautiful, just opens up that court beautifully with that forehand.
Did I mention he could play?
Oh, boy, can he play.
That was a shot right out of the Spanish textbook. Open stance forehand, racket head coming from below the ball to generate all sorts of spin. Look at that.
Definitely a Spanish accent on that ball.
I think he's saying, hey, coach, can I borrow your hat? It's sunny over here. They get a little bit of sun in Spain. Rojer's got his hat backwards. It's not going to help him. Oh, yes, the Aviators.
Johnny O'Mara staying right there. Knew what was coming, and he just froze.
I thought you were going to say Johnny on the spot.
He was Johnny on the spot with that backhand, but that one, he had to be patient. The old hurry and wait. And here is the Geico timeout. And you see right there, Enrique Lopez Perez.
See,
He needed this guy Geico timeout. He wants to get a hat.
You got to wear a hat in the I mean, this is what the fans are doing. These are experienced tennis watchers. The hat and the sunglasses.
He got it. He just got the coach's hat. The Jaeger gave him his hat.
This kid knows what's going on.
The crowd here at the Costa Resort and Spa enjoying some great tennis, and I hope you are too. And come out, watch live a WTT event. Beautiful, beautiful stroke that time by King, looping that ball, making it difficult for Lopez Perez.
Maybe Lopez Perez should ditch the hat. Didn't work for him.
So much better without that. Takes away a little bit of that vertical vision on that. It is 15-30. Lopez Perez to serve. Rojer at the net. King to return. And there it is. A little assist on the left, but nevertheless, that is an ace. And that evens it out now, 30 all.
Yeah, that's an adjustment for all the players. You know, we don't have live Let's In Play on the ATP or the WTA, but we do have it on college tennis, in junior tennis.
How about that ridiculous angle? King said in Barbados, we've never seen a shot like that.
Yeah, Rojer is a classy player. Won a Wimbledon title in 2015, won the U.S. Open men's title in 2017, so he knows his way around the net.
Enrique Lopez Perez. And loading up Lopez Perez on that forehand after a great volley by Rojer. I don't know if Rojer hit that with strings or his handle.
Yeah, he's got a big windup on the forehand. You know, he's got a very extreme Western grip.
So now we get to see the serve of Johnny O'Mara as the match score is now even at 9-9. Second serve. And Rojer right there stepping in, thinking he might throw the timing off the two men from the Aviators. $15 love. Johnny O comes up with a big serve right down that tee.
Down the tee, but also deep in the service box. The deeper you can hit your serve, the less time you give your opponent to read that return possibility.
30 love, Johnny O to serve. And a big forehand right there by Rojer. Really looping that. And then it just kind of dropped like a rock.
Yeah, his timing's on. When he's scoring that return, you know he's seeing the ball big.
And it's a straight arm stroke. 30-15, Johnny O. And another serve down the tee to the forehand of Enrique Lopez Perez. He's choosing to challenge that forehand.
Well, sometimes when you see a guy with a big windup like that, if you can take time away from that big swing, you can get him into an error.
What a beautiful point at the end of the day. Enrique Lopez Perez, cool customer delivers down the line.
I think you just like saying his name. you got that name down. Is that that Paraguayan?
Yeah.
You got that Paraguayan thing going, don't you?
No, but I gotta do it with a Spanish accent. Lopez Perez.
Yeah, that's exactly right. 40-30.
Three times he went to the forehand of Enrique Lopez Perez, and Johnny O delivers.
Yeah, and again, a guy's got an extreme Western grip. Take that first serve in and see if he can catch up to the ball, because they oftentimes need a big swing to make that shot happen. You take that time away, you get the error. They're rocking in San Diego tonight, aren't they?
Yeah. And they got to be happy now. It's a 10-9 lead now for the home team Aviators against the undefeated, defending King Trophy champion Lasers from Springfield.
Yeah, this will be a huge win for the Aviators.
And there you see the reach, the length of Enrique Lopez Perez, just getting some strings on that ball.
Yeah, when you're on the stretch like that, you want to keep the racket head out in front of you. Don't take a big swing. Go for control. And he did it well there. It's tough to make a volley when you're on the move like that.
Rojer, now he chooses to attack the forehand. Now of Darian King.
Yeah, Rojer is a guy who's done a lot of training out of Miami. That's where he gets a lot of his fitness, his work done. For many years, he trained with Andy Murray. Murray training out of Miami as well, and those guys worked hard. And that's, I think, one reason why Rojer was able to develop into one of the elite doubles players in the game. You know, you get that kind of influence every day, like Andy Murray, working hard, balls in play, working and just playing big-time tennis against the best players in the world. It's going to rub off on you.
40 love, see if he goes to the forehand again. He got it. Wrapping that ball around that line, grabbing enough latex. There's the Hawkeye replay.
That's called paint. That's paint.
That's it. It was. It's got latex. No scrape, no scrap. It'll keep right there.
If you were playing a Wimbledon, it would be chalk.
Chalk.
And the chalk would fly. I think that was part of Johnny Mac's rant when you cannot be serious, was chalk flew everywhere.
And then Clay would pound the nail in a little bit deeper. Rojer to serve, 40-15. Johnny O wanted that one, had a good look, but could not get it over that net. So even again in the match score, 10-10. It is 3-1 in the set score. We'll be back with more right after this.
take care. Are we playing? Oh my God. You beat the system.
Want to talk dirty? How about a dirty martini with a clean, crisp twist? Introducing the world's cleanest dirty martini. Broken Shed Vodka. Sip it and set your spirit free.
The Lasers take home their first King Trophy. The Castles get it done. San Diego Aviators have won it. There it is. Orange County Breakers are the World Team Tennis champions. What an amazing effort by an amazing team.
Back here at the Costa Resort and Spa in Carlsbad, California. Now, summer is heating up, and so is WTT. Be sure to visit us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at World Team Tennis for exclusive content, highlights, news, behind-the-scenes videos, and complete coverage of World Team Tennis 2019. Beautiful backhand right there by Lopez Perez.
Holly Saunders is the third member of our team. She's down courtside collecting some of the news from this event, conversations with the players, and you can check out all she's got going on at WTT's Instagram page. We'll get a word with her at halftime about some of the exciting things she's been exploring around the season, around the league.
Holly Saunders. King serving. Love 15.
Oh, landed in.
And excellent touch at the net to deliver that.
Well, one thing I like about O'Mara, and that really suits World Team Tennis, he plays with a lot of energy, with a lot of passion. And that translates to the rest of the team. It translates to the crowd. You know, a lot of good energy he generates out there.
Always smiling, always in a great frame of mind, very positive. King to serve. There's an ace. That is an ace right there for Darian King, the man from Barbados.
He's a very talented kid. You know, it's fun to watch him play. Very quick around the court.
And one good serve deserves another. And he gets Lopez Perez to spray that ball. It is 40-15, a chance here for King.
King's also played Davis Cup for Barbados, so he's got international experience.
Jonny at the net. And just like that now, they make it now, so it's 3-2. The Lasers in front.
Yeah, and if you're an Aviators fan, or if you're on the team, you're saying, okay, this is the guy we can break. We can get a look at Lopez Perez's serve. The problem is he's got Jean-Julien Rojer at the net. So he's got a great partner at the net with him. But if you can get Perez into these points, this might be your chance to get the break back.
Rojer has been stellar at the net. Goes to the forehand of Johnny O, and Johnny O not able to get it down the line. Rojer had already left. You think that bothers his vision when he sees Rojer breaking like that?
Absolutely, and that's one of the reasons why you move at the net, is to distract your opponent. But again, Johnny's got to stay down on the ball, keep his feet on the ground, stay with the hit just a little bit longer. He came out of the hit.
15 love, boy, that was a huge one down the tee, just missed. Second serve. Well, they're showing the Hawkeye. That was about as close as you're ever going to see.
And again, you can see how disruptive Rojer is when he moves into the middle of the court. I mean, King just buried that return. He's got a very good two-hander.
30 love.
Yeah, forget about that. Hit to a spot. Boy, that looked pretty good.
I know, that's let's see now if they show the Hawkeye replay. There.
just missed. Double fault.
So it is 30-15. King now to return. Now it's getting a little bit easier. The shadows are now have vanished. That time he does find the tee. And the ball goes long as King just had no angle at all on that one.
Yeah, Lopez Perez, a very strong player. He's got a good, strong serve. He looks very athletic, too.
He also got rid of that hat, so he's playing a lot better now.
Yeah, the hat didn't work for him.
No, it didn't.
The sun has gone behind a bank of low-lying clouds here.
That goes long. Good return.
Was that Joe Cipriano saying, good return, Johnny? You got to love the master of ceremonies at these matches. They love getting involved. They're homers. They're homers.
Joe Cipriano got that great voice and really, really animates his crowd. Just missing. What are you, 30? King not able to keep that ball in. Good serve by Lopez Perez. So now it is 4-2 in favor of the Lasers.
Yeah, that return attempt by King, it's going to tell you that he wants to hit the backhand there. He tried to run around the ball that was coming to his forehand to play the two-hander. We got a good one tonight. 11 games all. We're just in the third event. We'll have a little bit of halftime with Holly Sanders before we get to the final two sets of the evening.
Keep in mind, this is the undefeated defending champion Lasers. Wow. Oh my God, King was a recycling plant. He was bringing everything back.
Quick hands at the net.
Okay, now it is Love 15. Jonny O to serve. How about that touch? All of a sudden, all the life went out of that ball. And Lopez Perez thought he was going to be able to move in on that, and all of a sudden it just died. Jonny O to serve, 15 all. Good hands up at the net by Jean-Julien Rojer.
Guys are fighting hard out there, folks.
Yeah, it's always so exciting to watch doubles when you've got all four players at the net. Rojer finishing it off on that occasion.
Jonny O to serve. 15-30. And Darian King went at Jean-Julien Rojer and said, let's see what you got. Here's a Geico timeout, and John Lloyd now is going to talk to his players. Jean Lefty de Jager now talking to his players.
Yeah, these are important moments with the score poised like this. The Lasers poised to perhaps take the set. But each game the Aviators win. Remember, you just want to move the score in your favor as best you can in this set and pass it along to the next event, which will be the women's singles and the men's singles to follow that. But you want to keep it close so you can, at the very least, get it down to the final set, maybe get into a super tiebreak, pull off the win.
So let's see now. The difference after this little pep talk by the coaches. Jonny O to serve. 30 all. And it was hard, then harder, and then harder. That time by Enrique Lopez Perez to finally get the point. It is now 30-40.
Yeah, this is a set point. The Lasers trying to grab this third set, get ahead 12-11.
That is the 5th time that he has gone to Enrique Lopez Perez's forehand, and it's worked. He definitely is attacking. You alluded to that, Leaf, about the grip of Lopez Perez, which is giving him trouble when that quick strike he serve comes at him. Deciding point.
Set point, game point.
And that is enough. Jonny with a crucial stroke at just the right time.
All these games are so vital for both these teams, both jockeying to try and get the slightest edge here in the men's doubles and in the match score. Look at Jonny high-fiving the kids courtside. That's the way to get it going.
He's got the energy of a nuclear reactor. And there's Fred Luddy loving it, the way his team is coming back.
Owner of the Aviators. Part owner of the league as well. So he's excited about this evening and the possibilities for his squad.
Jonny He went wide, he went down the middle, everything worked for Jonny
He's been in 3 ATP finals this year, so he's won a lot of doubles matches. Very accomplished young player. One of 7 British players who play doubles inside the top 100.
And right there, Enrique Lopez Perez says, I like that one.
It's amazing how Britain has developed doubles players. Jamie Murray, Joe Salisbury, Neil Skupski, Ken Skupski, both the Skupski brothers playing World Team Tennis this year. Dominic Inglot, Johnny O'Mara, Luke Brambridge. Luke Brambridge playing for Orange County Breakers. Oh, I told you about his speed, man. He can move.
And the reach, an unbelievable reach being shown there by Darian King, and then just getting enough string on that. Look at this. Folks, do try that at home. Do.
Now you hit a volley like that, you'll find a few doubles partners.
And they don't have to be English either. And again, the serve is what sets it up. Great serve by Jean-Julien Rojer. Took away all the angles. There was Enrique Lopez Perez. $30-all. Wanted the tee. Let's see if he now goes wide. Yeah! Great combination. Jonny opens up the court and Darian King puts it away.
Yeah, that's a sign of a good doubles team working together. O'Mara sets up the play for King, who moves smartly to the center to finish.
And then a lot of the crowd here going, "Guy, why can't I get a partner like that?"
You just have to play World Team Tennis.
That's it. And folks, you can play that all over the country. Rojer. And King gets gets the benefit of the influence by the net. And Enrique Lopez Perez not able to alter his body to make that shot.
Yeah, amazing that the Aviators were able to find a way back. The Lasers a couple points away from taking the set. So, a 9-point tiebreak like the opening set tonight. That was the mixed doubles, will be decided by a 9-point tiebreak. First team to 5 points.
13-11 is the match score. As the Aviators are on front, King is going to serve first. 9-point tiebreaker. Darian King. Good serve right there by Darian King.
1-0 in the tiebreak. First to 5 takes it.
1-love. 9-point tiebreaker. And Enrique Lopez Perez could not find the inside of the court. That was an excellent serve, kicking it.
Yeah, and again, I think Lopez Perez was sitting on the forehand. He was expecting it there. And he took a good shot up the line, missed it over the baseline. Let's see the sun just setting over the treetops.
Lopez Perez to serve. A big forehand by Enrique Lopez Perez. King not able to keep that ball in the court.
All right, folks, Aviators still up 2-1 in this tiebreak.
He dipped the ball right underneath the racket of Jean-Julien Rojer for that winner down the line. 3-1 now for the Aviators in this tiebreaker, 9-point tiebreaker.
Yeah, superb hitting from Omaro, who just kept going at the net person. You thought he'd go over to the Spaniard, who was deep in the court, but he found a way through Rojer at the net, so the change ends at 3-1.
I'm telling you, I think Johnny O is the best athlete you'll see on this court. I mean, I really believe this guy could transcend any sport.
Yeah, and
he's got those type of legs. He's got that type of demeanor.
Yeah,
and I think just a very gifted young man.
I think his athleticism means that he could also break through and win major titles in tennis. I mean, he's got talent, and that energy is infectious. Get a good partner alongside him, and he'll be winning bigger and better events on the ATP World Tour. 3 finals already this year. He won a couple titles last year.
Serving with a 3-1 lead in this tiebreaker, Johnny O. And you get the benefit of the let. Mr. Rojer thought he was going to be cute about it, get an angle on it, but not able to do it. It is now 4-1. Big time serve here for Johnny O. Going to the forehand of Enrique Lopez Perez, and then Darian King is at the net to put it away, and they take that. It's now a 14-11 lead for the home team Aviators over the undefeated defending champion Lasers from Springfield.
Here we go, Aviators. All right, folks, it's time to play our halftime hot shots game.
And we'll be back with more right after this during this halftime.
I want it.
I can't believe it.
That car brought his karaoke machine.
Nothing but a heartache.
No, I can't believe how easy it was to save hundreds of dollars on my car insurance with Geico.
Tell me why I never wanted to say.
Go, Kevin. Go, Kevin.
Believe it, Geico could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Our goal is to provide the widest range of products we can for people to have the best tennis experience possible. All types of products that could be used on a tennis court, from the nets and the posts, the basic infrastructure, to the equipment and amenities that make the game safer or just more comfortable for players. It all comes together there on the court. Every court's a little different. We try to leverage our expertise to help each individual have the best court they possibly can.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna be a pro tennis player.
I thought you were going to get things done today.
I did. I had a consultation with my doctor this morning, and I set up a meeting with my lawyer about my Wimbledon application.
How could you afford a lawyer?
It's included with my phone. My Rocket IO Pro 3D comes with legal services, 24/7 doctor, glasses-free 3D, and it's less than $300.
You saving some money. Now you can start paying rent.
Wait, what?
Get the Rocket IO Pro 3D for less than $300. Rocket Smarter Phones.
Give me a racket and watch me go. Because I won't come back the same.
Sometimes I'll come back with scratches and scrapes.
Or with stories of great shots and close shaves. Of wins for the history books. And of losses I'll never forget.
But watch me smile.
Say good game.
And put my racket away for now, but not for good. Because I'll have seen what I can do. And I know greatness
is waiting.
Sign up with Net Generation, official youth tennis of the USTA.
The Lasers take home their first King Trophy. The Castles get it done. San Diego Aviators have won it. There it is. Orange County Breakers are the World Team Tennis Champion. What an amazing effort by an amazing team. World Team Tennis is brought to you by USTA, the United States Tennis Association. Music provided by Free Play Music, the best music library on the planet. So welcome back, everyone, to San Diego, the Costa Resort and Spa. Leif Shires alongside Holly Saunders, our courtside reporter. Holly, great to have you aboard.
Thank
you. What
was
some of the news you were getting? You were getting some reports on the Lasers team. One of the guys wasn't feeling particularly good that might have had an impact on the match.
Yeah, so the coach told me that Enrique Lopez Perez actually has had a fever for the past 5 days. They were in Vegas last night. I was also in Vegas last night covering their match against the Rollers, and I know for a fact that he and his buddy Rojer went out to Tao afterwards. There was a big after party, so I know he didn't get much rest, and that could explain a little bit of their sluggishness.
Possibly. Well, let's get you up on some of the San Diego news. And you spent some time here with Coco Vandeweghe, who's going to be playing for the Aviators this year. Talk about your experience with Coco. What did you learn about her and from her?
Coco was absolutely amazing. I learned that I suck at tennis. She tried to teach me. We'll take a little look at that clip in just a minute, but she actually got out in the golf course with me. So I tried to help her a little out there. She tried to help me back, and it did not work. It did not work.
Well, let's take a look at that video, because you guys spent some time on court. And all these tennis growing pains.
Don't judge me. All right, here we go. Oh my God, that was so bad. You got this one. I feel it. Yes! Get up there, get up there. Oh my God! Oh, yes! We're gonna celebrate. Where's the applause? I need the crowd. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's so stupid.
All right, that looked like a pretty entertaining moment. Now, did you feel like your game was getting better?
I mean, it couldn't get any worse. There's no way it could get any worse, Leif. But no, she was awesome. She's at a wedding today and just, recovering, just nursing that injury. So she's going to play tomorrow night, as you mentioned. But my first go-around with World Team Tennis covered NFL, college basketball, and football. This is the only time I've ever been able to actually sit on the bench with the coach and players while action's going on. It's just a lot of fun.
Can you believe the level of pressure that the players feel, even if they're sitting on the bench, right?
And again, they're traveling, like the Lasers are traveling with a limited squad. They got 4 people. They've been on the road. They're playing every single day for 3 weeks. It's just a lot on their bodies, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and playing to try and maintain this winning streak they've got. They're the first place team team. Everyone's gunning for them. Do they feel that when you talk to Captain Jean-Julien Rojer?
They feel like a party to me. It's what they actually feel like. They're just very confident. They work very well together. They communicate really well with each other, and they're a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, you're sort of getting used to Vegas these days, so it's nice to have another pro sports franchise in Vegas.
I am. We discussed it yesterday, and the Raiders are coming to town, and now they have the Knights. They got UFC, which I'll also be a part of, and World Team Tennis, the Rollers now, their first night in that inaugural arena last night. It was amazing. Orleans Arena, for the very first time, very first match, anything, they filled out a 5,000-person arena. That's some pretty good planning.
You know, Vegas and Nevada in general, they've got a wonderful tennis community.
Yes.
And I think they'll come out and support the Rollers in a big way. They used to have a professional event in Las Vegas for a number of years, the Allen King Classic. But now that they've got that, they also had the Tennis Channel Open, I think, one year. But now they've got World Team Tennis. I think it's a great addition to that town's sort of sporting franchise.
Absolutely. It was an amazing turnout again for that first opening night, but it was very Vegas. Like, they had the fog machines going. Their assistant coach, obviously Red Foo from LMFAO. Everybody remembers Party Rock back in like 2012, that jam. But yeah, he had his own microphone and he would hype up the crowd between sets. It's just something you don't see. It's fun.
And now the Vegas Rollers were hosting the Philadelphia Freedoms earlier today. Feliciano Lopez playing for the Freedoms. Wonderful last-minute acquisition in a trade from Orlando. It came down to the final set, men's singles, and Feliciano Lopez beating Sam Querrey 5-4, clinching it for the Freedoms. So the Freedoms making a nice move. They'll move to 6-1, so they solidify their place in second place. And remember, 4 teams make the semifinals and ultimately the championship match, playing for the King Trophy in Vegas August 2nd and August 3rd. So pretty exciting times, it looks like, for Springfield and Philadelphia. I think it's just 2 spots that are still on the line. So we'll see how that shakes down. Now here is a look at the playoff format. August 2nd will be the top 4 teams playing the semifinals, 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern time. And then the finals, August 3rd, that'll be for the Billie Jean King Trophy. It's all on the line on August 3rd, 10 p.m. Eastern, and all the matches will be on CBS Sports Network. So looking forward to that, and I'm sure you'll probably be a part of that, Holly.
I would love to be
You're a
part
Vegas
of that.
denizen these days.
Man, two tough losses, though, for the Rollers. Last night and then again today.
And that's one of the things about team tennis. It's so competitive. The margins are so slim. And it's always, well, seemingly 1 or 2 moments that swing a match in one team's favor. See what a beautiful evening we're having here in San Diego. Carlsbad, really. We're just north of San Diego, about 20 minutes at the Costa Resort and Spa. Pretty nice destination, right?
Is there ever a bad night here, Leaf? Honestly, it's heaven. It's really heaven here in Carlsbad.
Yeah, they really found a wonderful home for the Aviators here in San Diego. They used to play at the Sports Arena many years ago. And here they are, settled in beautifully. In fact, we had Rod Laver in the crowd, the former world #1, Holly, who's one of the greats of all time. In 1975 and 76, he played for the San Diego Friars, which was one of the expansion teams. Billie Jean King starting things in 74. And he was the Rookie of the Year.
Wow.
Rod Laver, Rookie of the Year for the San Diego. There's Rocket Rod in the hat enjoying a bite to eat and
some Chardonnay or something?
A little cold beverage to watch a little tennis. He deserves it.
Absolutely. It's nice of him to come out.
All right, so it's women's singles. Arina Rodionova, she's taking her practice swings for the Aviators, taking on Anna Blinkova of the Lasers. Blinkova serving. Yeah, exciting news that Coco Vandeweghe is going to be playing for the Aviators.
They miss
tomorrow
her.
night. And did you seem 100% healthy when you saw her? She seemed to be very positive about things.
She did not want to talk about her injury. That was one thing they said to stay away from.
Good.
So we don't know the exact prognosis there.
I will say this. She's going to feel confident after facing you. She's going
Anybody would. Anybody would. Anybody with all limbs broken would feel better after facing me.
Blinkova to 30 love. It's a nice return from Rodionova. So a couple of young Russians squaring off here, the Aviators and the Lasers. Arina of the Aviators Right here, she's out of Tambov, Russia, now playing out of Australia. Emigrated with her sister to Australia. Excellent point. Amazing how these girls can move and be on balance when they hit the ball. I know you played a lot of golf over the course of your career, and balance is important in any sport, isn't it?
Obviously, you couldn't see that from my tennis game, but yes, I am a little athletic, a little bit.
Tried to go with another drop shot. It didn't work out for Rodionova.
Blinkova, only 20 years of age, and Coach Lafney was telling me that he loves coaching her, not only on the court, but just, you know, helping her grow as a young woman. Like, what do you want? You know, her father very involved in what she's doing and in her game, and, you know, what do you want? What did you want when you were 20, Leif? You remember?
You know, I didn't really start playing professionally until I was 22, 23. I wasn't good enough, but I had to play college tennis and learn how to play there. But these young people get so good so fast that suddenly they're thrust into the big spotlight and they have to answer questions like that. You know, where do I want to go? How do I want to get there? I think this is a nice step by Blinkova to play world team tennis and experience the pressure, be a part of a team, go through this together. And Diagra's such a wonderful coach, great guy.
Wonderful man. And yesterday, after her loss, she apologized to the team, and they said, don't ever say that. All in this together.
Oh, Perez.
Just over the baseline.
Great hitting, folks. Arina up 30-15 in this game.
Rodionova trying to get on the board here in the fourth event of the evening. And trying to build on this two-game lead the Aviators have in the match score. What attracted your attention most when you were down on the bench during these matches?
I just like to listen in on how the other players are coaching, especially when they're on the bench and they're watching.
Arina with the win.
When I was down there, Coach Lloyd was telling the Aviators, you know, don't make this too important. I know it's important to all of you, but don't make it too important. Play loose.
That's a nice thing to say, really, because you put so much pressure on yourself. Always as a tennis player, but now you have the added pressure of playing for teammates.
The team.
Yeah, it's It's tough to deal with that kind of pressure. So you're right. Just, hey, chill. Have a little fun, right?
Don't make it too important.
I love that.
We got the beginnings of something special happening here in this one.
You can see the Lasers, Chacton alongside Abigail Spears. They're standing, trying to give some support.
Always up on their feet, it feels like. Always giving some encouragement.
15-all.
Yeah, Blinkova's the youngest player on either of these teams, just 20 years of age, as you mentioned. So she probably feels the pressure a little more acutely than some of these other veterans.
They said she eats, sleeps, and breathes tennis right now. There's nothing else going on in her world. She is, that is number one.
Great return from Arina Rodionova.
Yeah, and that could be a nice place to be. She's made some moves. She's inside the top 100 in the ranks, so she's going to get direct entry into the U.S. Open this year. Excellent exchange. These guys are gals, I should say, are playing some great tennis.
Makes me tired, Lee. Back and forth, my goodness.
Yeah, and sitting courtside as well, as we get a Geico tab, but sitting on courtside, you really get a sense of the speed that they're playing at and the movement and how hard they're hitting the ball.
Absolutely, absolutely. And for me, I would have to just be there, right place, right time, but it's so strategic. It's what I love about tennis. Coming from the world of golf, this is so in your face, and it's just, it's really amazing, the lateral movement.
Yeah, very athletic, very physical. And oftentimes, if you're sitting in a big stadium high above a court, you don't get that sense of speed and pace involved with the feet and the racket striking the ball. These are break points for the Aviators now. Yeah, there's a double fault and the game for the Aviators. And you can see what that does to the match score. It takes it to 16-12. Interesting about golf and tennis, they're usually, they come together as, you know, sort of country club sports, quote unquote, although that's not really the case these days, the way sports are played, but same kinds of pressure, but in golf, the ball's not moving, right? It's just sitting there. That has to be very tough.
It's smaller. It's a different skill to have. But yeah, they're both still country club sports. I've got one of them down, the other one I do not. I need more practice. I need you to help me, actually.
Right. Well, we can try anything. But still, again, it's the mental approach, isn't it? That you have to be ready and find a way to relax when the pressure's on. I mean, you played college golf. You, I'm sure, felt that.
I did. Yeah, we won a Big Ten championship in 2007. But I say golf always is 95% mental. It's less physically demanding than tennis. But you got to have your mind right for any sport you're playing in. You got to have confidence, number one. Got her moving there.
Yeah, I think Blinkova might have the advantage in firepower. It seems like Rodionova maybe sort of speed around the court with her feet. She doesn't overhit the ball, but she hits it into good spots.
She doesn't look quite comfortable. Blinkova doesn't look quite comfortable in this match to me. She's got her moving.
Boy, that's a pretty nice ball from that forehand corner.
She's working her.
So game point and a chance for the Aviators to build a 5-game lead. Yeah, what a sequence of plays from Arina Rodionova. The Aviators off to a lead 3-1 in the women's singles. And it's now 17-12. Holly Saunders, thanks for coming up and visiting us. Hope you can come back.
See what else I can collect and see if I'm worthy of coming back. Thank you, Leaf. I appreciate it so much.
All right, Holly Saunders, down from courtside. You're visiting us up in the booth. Plenty more to come from San Diego.
Geico has over 75 years of savings and service.
Whoa.
Travis and AT made it.
It's amazing.
Oh, is that Travis's app? It's pretty cool, isn't it?
There's 2 of them. They're multiplying.
No, guys, it's me. See? No, I'm real. I'm real.
Who thinks he's real?
Geico. Over 75 years of savings and service.
Somebody's birthday is coming up. Do you know what you want at your party?
Clowns, Can-Can Girl, Fire Eater, a barbershop quartet, mariachi band, and Oprah Lookalike.
It's time to party!
Okay.
Which one is your favorite?
A princess. Can the princess bring a camel with her?
How do you rock the world of tennis? Burn the rule book. Change the game. Make it faster. No, way faster. Pair up the 6.
And back here at the Costa Resort and Spa, Rodionova's been on fire. I say that, now she sprays one. So, Leaf, it's great to be back on the air here. So thank you so much for Holly Saunders, also for letting her ability to show here a little bit about tennis and all the different aspects of the game.
Yeah, you like to hear what's going on with the players and the coaches when they come into matches like that. Obviously, they came from Vegas, and here they are in San Diego. And San Diego right now is taking it to them. And this set is becoming vital.
17-12 is the match score. Blinkova serving. Second serve. Good inside-out forehand right there by Rodionova. Boy, that ball just shoots off her strings. You know, when she hits that inside-out, it's got so much movement, and it's going off the court.
Yeah, and she doesn't take big swings, but she gets a lot of energy from the court, out of her legs that she puts into her swings. Uses energy well.
And that serve down the tee is what set it up right there for Anna Blinkova.
Almost into the front row on that side. We're 30 all.
And you know, if you're the Aviators, again, every point counts, and especially this is a veteran team. They're undefeated. They won it last year. You got to be every single point play like it's your last point.
That's right, through all 5 sets.
That shot clock was down to, well, first of all, Rafael Nadal could not play.
No. Yeah. Very, shall we say, deliberate in his preparations, yes.
So here it is, 40-30. Anna Blinkova serving. Not able to bend that ball back in is Arina Rodionova. And just like that. Now the Aviators still have that lead, 17-13.
Yeah, isn't it interesting that she came out of that break, the changeover, so she had a conversation with her coach. You know, I think she listens well, because I think she was a little more relaxed in that game and just executed.
She's still young, Leaf. She's still young.
20 years of age. What a talent.
Smart play right there by Rodionova. You know, she gave her that looping ball, and then she kept it right in the middle of the court. 15 love. Second serve. Good, powerful forehand right there by Anna Blinkova to go ahead and really make that ball jump.
Yeah, Blinkova is not alone. She's got Anastasia Potapova, she's 18. Natalia Vikalyantseva, she's 22. Veronika Kudermetova, 22 years old. I mean, Russia is creating a lot of young players who are emerging on the WTA. Blinkova's one of them, and maybe the youngest of the bunch next to Potapova, who's just a teenager.
It's all right, we got Coco.
Coco Vandeweghe.
Coco for Coco Puffs, yeah.
Coco Gauff, I should say. Time on that backhand.
Well, Leaf, you talked about her ground strokes, and she is definitely most comfortable from right there. Look at that, just letting it go, finding that other shoulder.
Yeah, she really likes this competition. You can see it in her eyes. She's an intense competitor. She's got 15-30, trying to get the break back.
Second serve. That ball jumps off the racket of Rodionova. You know, at least the strings today. Do you think that's the biggest improvement in tennis? More so than the frames?
Yeah, well, you combine these strings with the modern frames, and everyone can hit the ball hard with lots of spin and make it go in consistently. You can become good more quickly.
You ready for a comeback?
Yeah, maybe not.
Second serve. And a big serve right there by Arina Rodionova. Now we're at 30-40. And again, every point counts. So there is no time to take any time off at all. That's what World Team Tennis is all about. And that ball sails on Blinkova. And now going to take a Geico timeout here. And now let's see if some more words of wisdom can be implanted from the two coaches.
Yeah, and you can see she is really looking for knowledge. She wants to get this right. She's definitely got the passion part, right? Let's see if she can get the execution and the tactics right here.
Rodionova, impressive the way she's come in here last moment and has really shined, and now this is a deciding point. And that pep talk worked.
It sure did.
Simply put, the pep talk worked, and that was just a beautiful right off the strings.
Aviators and the total score still ahead by 3.
17-14, the Aviators ahead in the match score.
Yeah, and you know, if you're Rodionova, maybe you want to keep that serve away from the back end. Blinkova just executes that two-hander so well. 3 games all.
That was an interesting shot right there, Rodionova just kind of bunted it back with that two-hand backhand, but she kept it in the center of the court where it took away the angle for Blinkova.
You know, by the way, Benny, you won't hear music like this between points at the All England Club.
Why not? Why not?
Because it could, you know, ruin the strawberries.
15-all.
Yeah, the net cord ace.
There you go.
And it looked like a serve that was going to go wide, but then it hit the net and it carried into the proper service box.
And I think that's Rodionova's inexperience.
It's tough to make the adjustment when you haven't been playing lets.
The reason why you always try to hit one more ball. And Rodionova's getting this crowd fired up. What a shot.
Absolute excitement for the Aviators and disappointment for Blinkova and the Lasers.
But folks at home can feel good that even pros miss a shot like that. Good job by Rodionova keeping that ball in and making Blinkova uncomfortable with that forehand.
Yeah, and this is a classic challenge for any player when you play someone like Rodionova. How do I find a consistent way to finish points? Rodionova gets to everything. A little bit of tension there on the Aviator bench. Trying to pull off a win tonight. Remember, Lasers undefeated.
Second serve, 15-40. Big point here for Rodionova. And put a lot of spin on that backhand slice. And Blinkova drops it in the net. It is now 18-14 is the, and watch this.
Yeah, she is a fighter. What a competitor. I like that she's got a nice combination of offense and defense. You know, she can come to the net. You could describe her really as an all-court player, but she moves so well side to side and up and back.
Rodionova to serve. is on fire right now. She can go look for wallets, and she'd find some.
Yeah, another excellent crowd on hand here in San Diego, the Costa Resort and Spa. Again, wonderful hosts for this season.
15 love.
I mean, they even let you in here.
They even let me in.
Yeah, it's nice.
You don't need a membership, folks. Just come down here and enjoy great WTG tennis. That's an ace. That may be the shortest, most rerouted service ace I've ever seen. How fast was that serve? Like 27 miles an hour?
You know, that's a nice way to react for Blinkova. She's had a few tough moments, but that's even something she has to smile at that. Someone in the crowd in front of us said, do it again.
Play two. Blinkova not able to bring that ball back in, and all of a sudden Rodionova is looking stellar. Money for the Aviators. And now you see the crowd up on their feet now, urging on the newest member of the Aviators, Arina Rodionova, serving 40 love. And showing her net worth as she goes ahead and gets that point. Great performance by Arina Rodionova, and now it is a 19-14 match score. Look at that ability to defend with that slice, stretching herself out, and then finding the backhand of the open court. That is good tennis, folks. And Rodionova. So we'll be back with men's singles right after this.
It is time to what I call share the love.
Chocolate and champagne. These are my two favorite foods. Oh my
Our goal is to provide the widest range of products we can for people to have the best tennis experience possible. All types of products that could be used on a tennis court, from the nets and the posts, the basic infrastructure, to the equipment and amenities that make the game safer or just more comfortable for players. It all comes together there on the court. Every court's a little different. We try to leverage our expertise to help each individual have the best court they possibly can.
Take home their first King Trophy. The Castles get it done. San Diego Aviators have won it. There it is. Orange County Breakers are the World Team Tennis Champions. What an amazing effort by an amazing team.
I won it.
I can't believe it.
That car brought his karaoke machine?
Nothing but a heartache.
No, I can't believe how easy it was to save hundreds of dollars on my car insurance with Geico.
Tell me why I never wanted you to say.
Go, Kevin. Go, Kevin. No.
Believe it, Geico could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna be a pro tennis player.
I thought you were going to get things done today.
I did. I had a consultation with my doctor this morning, and I set up a meeting with my lawyer about my Wimbledon application.
How could you afford a lawyer?
It's included with my phone. My Rocket IO Pro 3D comes with legal services, 24/7 doctor, glasses-free 3D, and it's less than $300.
You saving some money. Now you can start paying rent.
Wait, what?
Get the Rocket IO Pro 3D for less than $300. Rocket Smarter Phones.
We're back here at the La Costa Resort and Spa. And World Team Tennis is brought to you by Wilson. Get the best gear in the game. By DecoTurf, official tennis court surface of World Team Tennis. And by Body Armor, the more natural and better hydration sports drink. And now we get the men's singles. As you see the score, the match score is the Aviators in front, 19-14, trying to hand the Lasers their first loss of the season. And this is the defending champion Lasers from Springfield. And folks, that is Springfield, Missouri, not Illinois.
Yeah, they have a wonderful tennis center, the Cooper Tennis Complex, where they play their home matches. It's a beautiful sunken court. They have a number of U.S. junior championships there, as well as some community tennis events there. So it really is a wonderful spot. This spot has its own special charm here at La Costa Resort and Spa. Looking forward to the final set, though. It's going to decide it.
And we are ready for men's singles, and Darian King is going to start it. He's taking on Enrique Lopez Perez. And Enrique Lopez Perez looks for that opportunity to turn that big forehand, and he gets it.
Yeah, we watched him in the doubles. They were serving a lot to that forehand, trying to take time away. King has to be wary, because if the Spaniard gets time on that forehand, boy, he can deliver a real strike.
Here we go. A good serve right there by Darian King, choosing to attack the backhand of Enrique Lopez Perez. Second serve. Just missing with that forehand, trying to go down the line. Big kick on that serve by King.
Yeah, Holly Saunders was talking about how Perez has been feeling a little bit under the weather, so maybe not 100%. So just make sure you're putting balls into play, making him run, making him feel the effects.
And you know, right now, folks, the conditions here are just absolutely perfect. Cools down quite a bit here because we're near the ocean. No sun, just absolutely picture perfect conditions. Talked about the movement of King, Leaf, and boy, he's definitely showing great footwork. They ran around that forehand, and yet still enough speed to go back to the other side of the court and bring it.
Yeah, he's a natural athlete, very graceful in his movements. Tremendous speed forward if you try to play short against him. And he gets outside this forehand to pull it back cross court. We spoke earlier about how when he was asked which court is his favorite surf, he says, well, we only have hard courts in Barbados, so I like hard courts.
And a big serving Spaniard comes right down the tee, paints that line. 126.
Yeah, that's a pretty heavy delivery by Lopez Perez.
Just missing wide on that. Second serve.
Lopez Perez, looking at his career record, he's won almost 300 matches in the futures, which is below the challenger level, below the ATP World Tour. So, and he's won 25 titles. He's like Crash Davis, you know, a guy very accomplished at the lower levels, now getting a taste of the big time.
When I think of futures, I think of travel, 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 travel. Living out of a suitcase.
You know, these guys at that level are doing something that they really love, and they're pretty accomplished at what they do, but you're right, it's not as glamorous as being on the show, Wimbledon, Roland Garros, Australian Open.
And watching some of the rallies you see in the futures, those people, I mean, they're talking about diving face first, whatever it takes. And an easy service game right there by Enrique Lopez Perez. Really having his way with the way he's moving around, Darian King. So we're all even here, 1-1.
Yeah, that was a great game, and he needed it. And he's playing behind in the score, the match score, but also King and the Aviators are serving first. So a little more pressure on Lopez Perez.
20-15 is the match score. And beautiful movement right there by Darian King, anticipating, moving in, and not letting that slice spin by Lopez Perez to bother him. Look at that.
He's got a good name to play World Team Tennis. King.
That's it.
I mean, Billie Jean King founded this league in 1974. But then you also had Kevin King, who played for Philadelphia last year, led Philadelphia to the championship match. Vanya King, she was a former MVP. Evan King. Evan is playing for Orlando this year, so you got a lot of Kings. That's the ticket.
Your last name is King, you can play tennis. Begin to think.
You could definitely play World Team Tennis. Of course, Billie Jean King, 39 Grand Slam titles.
Boy, that ball is just jumping off the strings of Enrique Lopez Perez. It's like it all of a sudden, when it bounces, like develops legs, like secretariat, like 31 length type of kick.
This guy's liking the music. He thinks it's for him. And that's what you do, turn things into your favor.
30-30. And see that ball, I mean, it is kicking. Really a heavy, heavy ball. And King just not able to handle that.
Now remember, the key to this final set, the team that's winning, the Aviators, if they win this final set, it's over. If the Lasers win this final set, they can go into extended play and keep their hopes of winning this match alive.
And the fat lady can be gargling, she could be warming up her voice, but she can't sing.
That's exactly
all
right.
The way. Darian King needs a big monster serve here.
Yeah, interesting that he's going to take it in the deuce court. You know, he's vulnerable to the serve out wide. Look at how deep he is in the court. We'll see if King goes that direction.
And right down the tee, Darian King responds. And playing in his first game here for the Aviators.
You know, how do you play well under pressure? Try to do the little things well. Get your first serve in. That'll always help you get the point started to your advantage. And get balls in play. See what your opponent down the other end of the court is feeling. Is he feeling the pressure? On that occasion, Lopez Perez failed to make it happen.
Enrique Lopez Perez last time. Easy service game, 40 love. Great defensive shot there by Darian King. It almost looked like the ball stuck to his strings.
Yeah, when a ball is spinning that heavily, you really have to be firm. You can't play it softly. You've got to hit it. Play through that spin coming at you.
0-15. That big kicking serve to the outside set up the forehand of Enrique Lopez Perez.
Yeah, Lopez Perez's best shot is his forehand cross court. I mean, that is his money ball.
It's a screamer.
Yeah, it accelerates off the court, doesn't it? Serve's not bad either. A serve and a forehand. You can do some things in this game.
Just, oh my goodness, that's close. 30-15. Backhand a king with success. You know, he's a dangerous player, Enrique Lopez, because you can tell that he's feeling it. Having a good time, nice and relaxed. Second serve. Misses with that one.
There we go. That takes it to 30-30.
Now, I mentioned we've got a couple of world number ones, Rod Laver, Tracy Austin in the crowd. We've got another tennis player who I bumped into, Walter Redondo, an artist who's got some beautiful artwork represented. Boy, that's a good forehand. And also, a gentleman who played at Stanford University, Chico Hagee, got to the NCAA championship, lost to a guy I know well from Wisconsin, John Whitlinger. So we've got a lot of former players in the house.
40-30 now for Enrique Lopez Perez. What a serve. Big time serve down that tee. No deposit, no return, no recycling, nothing on that one.
Switching sides. UBS is one of the world's leading wealth managers.
127-mile-an-hour serve.
Exceptional families like yours. Start the conversation with a UBS.
So now it is 21-16. Back with more singles right after this.
How do you rock the world of tennis? Burn the rule book. Change the game. Make it faster. No, way faster. Pair up the sexes. Call in the coaches. Fist bump this badass. Playing teams. And don't forget the pros. Lots of pros. This is the Aviators. This is WTT, July 2019.
Give me a racket and watch me go. Because I won't come back the same.
Sometimes I'll come back with scratches and scrapes.
Or with stories of great shots and close shaves. Of wins for the history books. And of losses I'll never forget.
But watch me smile.
Say good game.
And put my racket away for now, but not for good.
Because I'll have seen what I can do.
And I know greatness
Greatness is waiting.
Sign up with Net Generation, official youth tennis of the USTA.
Are we playing? Oh my god. You beat the system.
Want to talk dirty? How about a dirty martini with a clean, crisp twist? Introducing the world's cleanest dirty martini. Broken Shed Vodka. Sip it and set your spirit free.
And back here at the La Costa Resort and Spa in Carlsbad, California, World Team Tennis, the 44th season, and it's 21-16. Aviators on front. Darian King to serve. The forehand of Enrique Lopez Perez goes long. Good serve by King. Ball boy with bad hands. And yes! Hey, it's not bad to be lucky every once in a while. That time getting just the right bounce and
getting a little love from the net. It doesn't hurt in these pressure situations. I mean, the Aviators have a 5-game lead. So, yes, there's pressure on King, but just keep winning games.
just stay in the moment. Second serve. And a double fault. First one for King. (30-15).
Just enough pressure. Lopez Perez.
Lopez Perez wants to urge the crowd on, and I think he's got his geography wrong. This is not a home crowd.
I think he was looking over at his bench. It's like, hey guys, come on, I'm trapped over here on the far side of the court. Help me out.
30 all. Good forehand by King, just rolled it off that string.
Darian King to set up that point. 40-30. We've got two.
Big point here for Darian King to try to snap the unbeaten streak of this Laser team this year, undefeated. Good shot by Darian King, extending Enrique Lopez Perez, not able to bring it in. And now it is 22-16, the match score.
Yeah, the Aviators have really gotten a boost tonight from Arina Rodionova in the women's singles, and a really impressive performance, at least so far, from Darian King. I mean, there are so many ingredients to go into a successful night, but big boost tonight from those two.
Right there, Enrique Lopez Perez opens up with a big serve, extending King off the court. This is where he likes to go right down the tee. He likes that music. He wanted more of it. That's what World Team Tennis is all about. Having fun, folks. Players, fans, everybody has fun. .131. Good forehand right there by Darian King. Really looped it. $15 all. Second serve. Going right down the tee, that ball jumping.
I love the jockeys in these matches, the music they pull out. I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man, when their team did well. Last night in Orange County, they had Shania Twain say, when the opposing team did something well, I'm not impressed. Really good stuff. It really adds to the atmosphere, the color of the evening.
Big time tee serve right there. Now it's a 40-15.
You don't impress me much.
That's right.
Got Shania Twain on your
I got
playlist? Okay.
Two consecutive aces by Enrique Lopez Perez. That's one way to simplify things. 135. Enrique Lopez Perez, I think the music is heating him up.
Yeah. He's trying to make the most of it. And I'd say that's the sort of the attitude you have to have, because there's so much pressure out there. Just trying to find a way to get comfortable.
Darian King to serve.
Serve and volley.
Skying up there, getting that vertical game, and then coming down with that ball and getting the point. Got some hops.
He's from Bridgetown, Barbados.
Boy, he just smacked that ball. $15 all. Coming right down the tee is Darian King, going to the backhand of Enrique Lopez Perez.
Aviators up 30-15 in this game.
Some timely first deliveries just to keep his nose ahead in the score.
was going to be a game of patience, and Enrique Lopez Perez had the better spin on that one. 30 all. So he's gone wide, he's gone down the tee, had success both times from this side. Let's see where he goes with this one. I bet he goes wide. Darian King with a beautiful shot. Made it very difficult for Enrique Lopez Perez to put a feathery touch to that volley. They may have to stop playing the music as it really pumps up Enrique Lopez Perez. 40-30. Let's see if Darian King can close it out. By Darian King, keeping the ball inside on after a great gift by Enrique Lopez Perez.
Yeah, he's got a brilliant first step forward. He got to that ball in plenty of time, and he opts to go cross court into the big part of the court. That's high percentage, and it gets him to 4-3.
And you know, he read that inside out spin that Enrique Lopez Perez put on that backhand.
Look at him shaking his head saying, no, I'm there. It's a 6-game lead. The only chance the Lasers have is to win the final set, get into extended play, and force a super tiebreak. But that's going to be tough now.
The Spaniard might be the guy. That time King was not even in the frame of our camera shot. Now that's how quickly Enrique Lopez Perez put it out of his reach. 23-17, the match score. 15 love. And another one where he got into the ball very quickly.
Yeah, he hits that serve, and the second ball, he's just dominating.
And it's a high kicking serve, so it gives him some time to really see the ball out in front. 30 love. Monster serve down the tee. 130. Boy, that is a lively arm right there. 40 love. Missing that. That would have been his second 40 love game on a serve.
Yeah, he went for a home run there when a single would have done. He had the entire court. Yeah, this guy's definitely got the swagger, doesn't he?
They should quit playing the music. This spurs him on. Second serve. Another forehand that fails him. It is now 40-30.
Yeah, these tennis fans haven't gone anywhere. The match is on the line here in the final event.
There's a woman freaking out.
She's got some good moves. How's her backhand, though?
40-30.
What a time for
big
that.
serve, 133 right down the tee. Mr. Enrique Lopez Perez. And now we get a Geico timeout. As the coaches come out, it is now 23-18 is the match score in favor of the home team Aviators. who are playing their second match at home here at La Costa.
Yeah, look at how hard Darian King is working. He's working up a pretty good lather, but he makes it look so easy. He moves so fluidly around the court. He's got a little bit of that sort of insouciance about him. He doesn't make it look like he's working, but it all happens for him. He's a wonderful player. He's got himself in a great position here. Even if he loses the tiebreak and we go into extended play, he's got potentially 4 games where he just needs to win 1 game. It would be, you know, Lopez Perez would have to win.
The extended play rules.
That's right. He'd have to win a number of games consecutively until the score would be tied. Of course, once it's tied, they play a super tie break. Good start.
Beautiful backhand by Darian King, just laser-like, finding the laser and just painting that line with it.
Yeah, Darian King played for Philadelphia, played for Orange County. Playing this year for the Aviators. He really has put together a nice performance here tonight against a very tough opponent.
And you know, that forehand is betraying Enrique Lopez Perez. He's had a couple really good looks and just has not been able to execute it. Second serve, 0-2. Tiebreaker score. And even though Enrique Lopez Perez is actually saying, I'm sorry, you can plan that shot if you can. Getting that left King looking like Usain Bolt approaching that shot. One, two. And Enrique Lopez Perez attacking the ball very quickly, getting into it now. We're at 2-2.
Yeah, they'll change ends, and Lopez Perez is right. We don't play 9-point tiebreakers. I got to get used to this format. They change after 4. First man to 5 points wins the tiebreak. The Aviators trying to close out the Lasers and go to 4-3 in the rankings. Of course, with Philadelphia winning tonight, they go to 6-1. Springfield will drop to 5-1. So Philly would be in first place by half a game. San Diego will go to 4-3. And depending on the Empire's result tonight, would either be in a tie with New York or in third place.
And Philly comes here tomorrow night, right here at the La Costa Resort and Spa. Great, great venue to watch tennis, folks. Get your tickets, come on out here and have a great, great time. Darian King now to serve. 23-18. The match score. Just got away from Darian King. Had a good look with that backhand.
Awesome hitting. Here it is up the board. Go Darian.
2-3.
What a
beautiful timing for that drop shot. You know, it was funny. Roger Federer hated that shot. And then next thing you know, he perfected it, and he loves that drop shot.
Yeah, he thought it was a bailout shot. He thought it was, you know, maybe not professional. Suddenly he was using the drop shot so effectively.
What's next? Underhanded serves?
So here are set points for the Lasers to force extended play.
Almost got the ace.
133.
Beautiful inside out forehand right there by Enrique Lopez Perez.
The Lasers take it 19-23. Now we go into extended play. Of course, extended play means that the Lasers have to win consecutive games until they get to 23 games all, in which case it will be a super tiebreak. Or, as you can see here, if the winning team just wins one game, and then it would be over. So the Aviators need to get a break or a hold somewhere for King, and it's over.
So this is what the fans here, although you see now, even my man Lipsa is reaching for a jacket here.
Yeah, it's getting a little cooler. But interesting though is that the Lasers played the Vegas Rollers last night, and it came down to a super tiebreak. So pretty exciting times.
And how about what a debut for Darian King and Arina Rodionova to come over here in their first match wearing Aviator uniforms have been stellar.
And what was interesting about that match in Vegas last night, Lopez, Perez, and Rojer beat the Bryan brothers in the final super tiebreak, 7-4. Let's see if Lopez Perez can win some consecutive games.
15 It's a good start with the big serve. Enrique Lopez Perez going to the backhand of Darian King. Second serve. $30 love. Big kick on that serve with it. Lopez Perez. 30 love.
Excellent return of serve just to get behind that.
Didn't try to do too much, just great location, putting that ball right in the center of the court. And you saw Lopez Perez try to create angle, there was none. 30-15. This time he didn't try to kill that ball when he had an open court. Went about it by letting the strings win the point for him. 40-15. Joe Cipriano urging on the crowd here, trying to give a boost to Darian King. Second serve.
Wonderful tennis. Boy, he's got a great weapon in that forehand.
But you know, it has betrayed him at crucial times, and now it seems like he's slowing it down a little bit.
Yeah, a little more spin, not put so close to the lines. I mean, he gets King out of position. He's got big targets to hit into.
But he also had those situations, and then he had that one in the air he took, and he sent that thing wide. So really letting the strings do the play for him now. So we're at 23-20 now is the match score. Favor the Aviators. King to serve. And from Barbados comes up with a big serve, almost taking the racket out of the hand of Enrique Lopez Perez.
So if King can just win this game, it's over.
Second serve. Darian King played it perfectly, backed up just enough so that he would have an easy overhead into the open court. Boy, talk about closing speed. That was amazing to watch from both players. 30 love. serve.
All right, we're still up 30-15, folks.
Darian King gets this game, and the O is gone from the Lasers.
Well, King has used the serve and volley very selectively, and you just wonder, this might be one of those times to use it. Pop a good first serve in, and then sneak in and make the volley.
Looks like he had that in mind there, Leaf. Second serve.
Not the double.
Second double fault for Darian King.
Yeah, and when Lopez Perez is in such a deep position, you've just got to get that ball in play. He's not threatening, really.
He had success serving wide to the forehand of Lopez Perez. Let's see if that's where Darian King goes with this one. Even though you know he's got that great forehand, Darian King chose to challenge him again, and it worked. Here it is. 40-30, Darian King wins this, and the O is gone from the Lasers. Darian King, the crowd on its feet. The man from Barbados. What a drop shot by Enrique Lopez Perez. Not only the execution, but I mean the thin blood, cold blood of an assassin to try that at that time.
It sure was. And he actually played a great drop shot. He was in a good position, and he hit it well. And he's got a deciding point, so he saves one match point. And he's got a break point here. Still, King and the Aviators a chance to close it out.
Deciding point. What a defensive shot by Darian King, sticking it right in the center of the court, where Enrique Lopez Perez had no angle, and he put it in the net. The man from Barbados, the man of the moment, Darian King delivers for his Aviator teammates. That's what World Team Tennis is all about, folks. Extended play, you keep on playing, you keep on ripping it, and hope for the best.
Yeah, amazing effort by the Aviators. They got contributions from everyone on the team, and that's what it's all about.
Two additions, both of them came through. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this.
I want it.
I can't believe it. That car brought his karaoke machine.
Nothing but a heartache.
No, I can't believe how easy it was to save hundreds of dollars on my car insurance with Geico.
Tell me why I never wanted you to say.
Go, Kevin. Go, Kevin. No.
Believe it, Geico could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Our goal is to provide the widest range of products we can for people to have the best tennis experience possible. All types of products that could be used on a tennis court, from the nets and the posts, the basic infrastructure, to the equipment and amenities that make the game safer or just more comfortable for players. It all comes together there on the court. Every court's a little different. We try to leverage our expertise to help each individual have the best court they possibly can.
Give me a racket and watch me go. Because I won't come back the same.
Sometimes I'll come back with scratches and scrapes.
Or with stories of great shots and close shaves. Of wins for the history books. And of losses I'll never forget. But watch me smile.
Say good game.
And put my racket away for now, but not for good.
Because I'll have seen what I can do.
And I know greatness
Greatness is waiting.
Sign up with Net Generation, official youth tennis of the USTA.
Somebody's birthday is coming up. Do you know what you want at your party?
Clowns, Can-Can Girl, Fire Eater, a barbershop quartet, mariachi band, and Oprah lookalike.
It's time to party!
Okay.
Which one is your favorite?
A princess. Can the princess bring a camel with her?
How do you rock the world of tennis? Burn the rule book. Change the game. Make it faster. No, way faster. Pair up the sexes. Call in the coaches. Fist bump this badass. Playing teams. And don't forget the pros. Lots of pros. This is the next evolution of tennis. This is WTT, July 2019.
World Team Tennis has been brought to you by Geico, saving people money for over 75 years. By Rocket, game-changing phones with glasses and free 3D. And by Forevermark, a diamond is forever. And as far as the Lasers, they weren't going to be undefeated forever. And boy, they fought and they fought. It took extended play, but finally, the addition of the Aviators, Darian King, Arina, Rodionova, really came through, Leaf.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was the key tonight for John Lloyd and the Aviators to get this win. I mean, look at, we had 3 tie-break sets in the mixed, the men's doubles, and ultimately in the men's singles before Darian King had to win in an extended play. But this was a very competitive match, and it tells you how tough the Lasers are. They play an extended overtime super tiebreak in Vegas. Come here and find a way to be competitive right down to the finish. The Lasers are going to be a tough out this year, and you feel like Springfield and Philadelphia are the teams to beat. San Diego now in a tie with New York at 4-3, so they're in third place tie, San Diego, so they've got themselves a nice position.
Boy, you know, and I love the move, too, by John Lloyd to come out with doubles right off the bat. And he used his doubles teams, thinking that was going to be the strength of his lineup, and he used that to start it off. And then at the end, this young man, Darian King, coming in and just delivering a gigantic effort at the end.
Yeah, it was fun. Always nice to win on your home court. And if you want to have success in World Team Tennis, you've got to defend your home court. Aviators did it beautifully tonight.
Copyright 2019 World Team Tennis LLC. Next match, Lasers at Breakers, 9 p.m. on ESPN Plus. Freedoms of Aviators, 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. For Leaf Shires, I'm Ben Ricardo. Thank you for joining us. Until the next time, enjoy.